It's actually terrible.
Guess what? I'll never have that.
What, I actually think that my next level of healthy and fancy is like,
Oh yeah.
I got plates, fucking healthy food.
Well, if at any time you want, what you want.
Okay, you didn't.
Like, I'm still a dog. Look how moppy they are. Like, that.
They really are so moppity.
So moppity. And, like,
I love that for them.
that hair is, like, basically a magnet for dirt and debris. So, like, no amount of, like, work on our end is going to stop it.
Get the fuck away from me. Oh, good cow. Okay.
This is a really nice place.
Thank you.
It's a miracle we found it. I feel like we looked at literally every apartment listed for rent in, like, the county of Los Angeles during, like, a 3-week period.
Is it a 1-bedroom or 2?
Two.
2. Wow.
2 and a half bath.
What the hell?
Laundry, my friend. Right? When I say we got every fucking apartment available, like, I really mean that we had to go to great lengths to find something. And, like, honestly, like, this is the first place I looked at, but, like, they just, like, didn't look at my application for a couple of weeks. So, like, I don't really care about shit, which is, like, honestly, that's kind of my preferred one.
I have that exactly.
It's great, isn't
It's
it?
such a good.
I feel like,
It's such a good one.
hence the moppities, like, we've used this past its lifetime probably, like, it's sucked out more debris than most. That looks for design. But like, I can't park with it.
No.
It's like the best thing. Like, all the new ones are like fancy.
I know. Who needs it? Who needs
I
it?
don't want to charge it, you recharge it.
I know.
That sounds
Ugh.
awful.
So I'll have you.
Sounds like a bad place either.
I know.
So you're gonna be right here
Okay.
in this chair, and we'll get you set up.
Do you want a cushion for that chair?
Yeah, if you need one.
No, I'm probably fine.
Okay.
Oh, here.
One can be arranged. It will be like not fancy, but like I don't want you to feel like the
I think I am that I need all this fancy.
I personally would appreciate a cushioned surface. I don't have a whole lot of asset there, so like
No.
there's really nothing to cushion. Bone baby. Like I
Me too.
Oh, is this one?
No. Oh.
I'll be back. Dano, did you do that? No, I didn't.
What are their names?
Tatum and Cam.
I thought you said. I thought you said potato, and I was.
Oh, yeah, it's this little. He is
He is a little potato.
quite a little sweet.
Liz is a lawyer, right?
Mhm.
Was she in law school and you guys met?
Yeah, or no, she just graduated a couple years before, but she was she went to New England School of Law, right?
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep. Yeah, she's in South, I like maybe 3 blocks from me.
Wow. Lord.
Very low.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
no, you're terrible. Don't wag your little tail at me. I don't care how fucking sweet you are. So annoying. Don't sit next to the pizza that menacingly. I'm putting your foot down on that one. I think we can put the pizza on the table since Adam's not there.
Mhm.
There was Adam's replacement.
You're just gonna have to go under this when you.
Yeah, that's fine. When I do my gremlin runs,
Mhm.
I usually just scatter back and forth between inside and outside during the stream like a little gremlin. Sometimes I see. Sometimes I don't.
I can't wait.
It's really, I'm sure every performer hates it so fucking much.
No, I'm being sincere.
My house, baby.
No, I'm being sincere. Liz, where do you work?
I work in a financial services company out in Calabasas.
Oh, cool. How long is your commute?
Huh?
How long is your commute?
So, morning before school traffic, if I leave like before 7:15, like it's 20 minutes.
Hmm.
Most of the time, though, it ends up being 35 to 45. Which, like, is honestly the shortest commute I've had in LA.
Yeah.
But, like, that's not to say that I've been happy with that
Mm-hmm.
so far. But this is the shortest commute I've ever had since I lived.
Wow. Well, I mean,
That's more of a testament to, like, how terribly we did it. So, like, coming from Boston, we're just like, oh, here's the highway that my work is on. If I just live somewhere on that highway, like, close by, everything will be fine.
Yeah.
So, like, we lived in Hollywood proper, and I was working out in Thousand Oaks, basically,
hmm.
which is 33.3 miles, all on the 101, if you're asking, each way. Each way.
Oh my God.
Each way. It made me literally an insane, like, it changed me. Like, that drive changed me, right? Like, that, I felt like a war veteran when I came home.
I think you are.
I feel like, well, and also, like, I'm a lawyer for, like, fuckboys generally, so, like, there's a lot of sort of me buckling around doing my best under pretty miserable circumstances. That's my aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're gonna get started in a second. What happens is I'll introduce us. It'll just be me on camera for a second, and then I'll kind of both of us will do the intro, and then anything you want to plug.
If you need anything during the stream, like, you can text Mike or, like, just let, like, him know. I can, like, do whatever, or, like, whatever. We have food, water, like,
Oh, yeah.
help yourself to whatever
Thanks.
you need. My goal, if I'm gonna have people drinking, like, let's plan resources, let's give them as much food and a ride home as possible.
Right. Yeah. Well, luckily for you, I don't have a car.
I mean, that doesn't really sound lucky for many.
So I'm tweeting out the link.
Come on, dogs.
See, don't let them trip on anyone.
Come on. Come on.
Alrighty, so it's just gonna be me on
Go
camera
potatoes.
first, and then it'll be, or actually, I'll just wait for you guys to get.
Especially potatoes.
Go, boys, all boys.
Country? Yeah, there's trees out here.
Alright, I'm just starting. All right, everybody, it's Wednesday. You know what that means. It's time for Faded Happy Hour. It's me, Mike Malloy, president of the show. Welcome. Welcome to Faded Happy Hour. We do this every Wednesday, 7 o'clock. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already, hit that follow button. Doesn't cost you a damn thing. If you got it like that, if you want to help the program, hey, smash that subscribe button. Helps us do things like this, like Faded Happy Hour. Helps us buy the booze, helps us buy the za, helps us buy the Uber home for our guests. So if you got it like that, hey, smash that button. We are 2 away from our goal. We're at 38 right now. We're trying to get to 40. Help us out. If you got Amazon Prime, guess what? You get a couple of subscriptions for free each month. If you're not using them, you're literally giving money to Jeff Bezos instead of me. That seems terrible. So hit that button if you got it. With us this week, comedian, our guest, writer for Crooked Media, Julia Claire. How are we doing, bud?
Hi, I'm good. How are you, Mike?
Good to have you
see
on. Anything you want to let the folks know about? Anything you want to point them to? Obviously,
I write the What a Day newsletter for Crooked Media, so smash that subscribe button.
Smash it. Get it.
Smash it.
Goddamn.
I'm just realizing what is happening. Oh my God, I'm so sorry to everyone watching this. I'm really having a hair knot situation, but this is fine. I do have pizza grease on my fingers, and that's fine too.
Here.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
But,
Liz, can you? Or never mind.
I need to-
I was gonna see if you could tilt something a little, but it doesn't matter.
Okay, but in exchange, can I have that?
Actually, we can pull this one back. What's that? Which stand? Oh, yeah. Here, I'm bring it this way.
You know, every time that I crop under that wire.
You're absolutely gonna fuck it up. 100% gonna happen. And we're when not if, exactly. So we got 3 fantastic gin drinks on our hands for this evening.
Yes. Has anyone? I mean, people must have picked gin.
Oh yeah. So we do every week. We pick a different base liquor, and I make 3 cocktails based on that. So I usually try to pick stuff that we haven't made yet.
Mm-hmm.
I have this little app called Mixel where I literally just punch in everything that I have,
Okay.
and it'll tell me based on that what I can make. So it's pretty cool. And yeah, this is what
I feel like gin is underrated.
It took me a while to come around on it. I was not a ginsman until the pandemic, and then I was kind of I wasn't really much of a cocktail drinker until the pandemic, and then I was like, all right, let's give this a fucking whirl. And then now I'm like, all right.
Are you beer?
I don't fuck with beer anymore. I didn't really even a couple of years ago. I was just like, it hurts my fucking gut. Like when the seltzers started coming out, I was like, hell yeah, seltzers.
Okay.
And even back in Boston comedy, I was always like, give me a fucking Jameson and ginger ale. Or a fucking Twisted Tea. I love Twisted Tea.
Twisted Tea.
Mm-hmm.
So many people in Boston comedy thought I was sober for a while because
I think it's just
I never. Yeah, because of my tone, and also because I didn't I don't know. There were some people who would at every open mic, every show would get a drink, and I would just be like, I don't feel like it. And then to Boston comedy, it's like, oh, you're sober.
Yeah. Are you telling on us?
Yeah.
Goddamn. Don't miss that place, do you?
Oh, I do. And I did. Come on, how you're always shitting on Boston. I have to. It's a great place. I love it.
It's fine.
Come on.
It's all right.
It's great. There's so many. Oh, it's so fun. It's walkable.
It's walkable. I do like that.
Don't need a car.
I do miss that about, yo, what's up, Narkilly? Thanks for joining the chat. We got, so the chat will be up here.
Hello, Narkilly.
How we doing, bud? Welcome to the program. Welcome to Faded Happy Hour. So yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Boston. It's fine. It's not.
You shit on it basically professionally at this point.
It's more that I hate what has become of it. It's gotten exceptionally worse.
Sure. But Mike drove me over here, and I mean, the Boston will never leave you. That's clear. The way that you drive, I feel like I'm home again.
I drive safe.
You drive safely,
yeah.
But just the constant this.
That guy was a brick, though. That guy fucking. Oh, I'm in the left only lane.
I mean,
I'm not.
No,
Now I'm not in the left only lane.
Yeah, I know. No, but it gave me a taste of home that I really needed.
It was funny back where this is probably the first time that me and Liz went back to Boston since we had moved to LA. We get to Boston and we were. think we're getting out of the airport, and just immediately it's just seeping out of me, like when we're in traffic. She just like this place brings out the absolute fucking worst in you. I'm like, yeah, it does. I shouldn't be here.
And that's beautiful, and that's why I love it.
What a place. As the guest of honor, you do get to choose which of these 3 drinks we're gonna make first. We have, let me see here, we have the Gypsy. We've got, what else we got here?
One of them's called like the 20th century.
The 20th century. What was the other one?
Strawberry.
So those are our 3 options.
Okay.
Which of the 3 do you want to get started out with?
I'm thinking the Gypsy.
Gypsy, let's do it to it. All right. Bang. Let me throw it on there. So in order to make this at home, folks, you're going to need gin, you're going to need Saint Germain, you're going to need green chartreuse, and you're going to need lime juice. So let me grab that lime juice. I already got everything else that I need over here. Love a Saint Germain.
I don't think I know what it is.
It's elderflower liquor.
Oh, okay. Oh, so we are going full.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
we are going herbal.
Oh yeah,
we are going
yeah.
floral.
Bringing out all the botanicals, all the good stuff.
Yeah, I love gin. I think a gin and tonic is a drink for all seasons. It's so simple, and it's like sparkly in the winter, and it's refreshing in the summer.
It took me a while to come around on gin and tonics because I hate tonics so much.
Okay.
Especially because there'd be like times as a little kid where I'd be drinking like or what I thought was a Sprite. I think I'd go to take a sip of what I thought was a Sprite.
Water.
And it's tonic water, and I'm just like, bleh.
Is that like I feel like that's like I don't know, my grandmother had that. Like, it's like a Massachusetts thing to just have like cans of tonic water in your house.
Just a bunch of fucking cans of Schweppes and fucking Smarties candy.
Yeah.
That's a Massachusetts grandmother thing to do.
My Nana lived down the Cape
Oh, where?
all year round.
Whereabouts?
From Dorchester originally, but yeah, she lived in East Yarmouth.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, she lived there year round, and she always had, when she would list the beverages, she was like, tonic water?
So you grew up in Massachusetts too. Whereabouts?
I grew up in Medfield.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is like near
I always get
Denham.
those.
Yeah, there's like Millis, Medfield,
Yeah.
Medford.
Mixed up. Because I had cousins from Medway.
And I
had friends from Medford.
If I were from Medford, I would have an accent.
Oh yeah, Medford. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I went to college with a kid who was from Medford, who was my freshman year. He was right below me, and he had the thickest accent, and he was from Medford. He was like, Julia, you gotta help me with my history paper.
Where did you go to college?
I went to Loyola University, Maryland.
Ah, goddamn. Good time. How'd you like that?
I really liked it. Go Greyhounds.
I think Wait, no, I thought that's where my Liz's best friend went to college, but no, she went to Baltimore, University of Maryland, Baltimore, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
UMBC, University of Maryland, Baltimore County.
Yeah, that's cool.
Actually, it's like a pretty good college town. There's a lot of colleges in Baltimore.
Yeah?
It's fun. It was a real culture shock when I went there when I was 18, and I had never been anywhere else. But I love it. I love Baltimore.
I've never been.
I'm so much fun.
Going up to DC again in December. I'm going to get out to Baltimore.
It's so much fun. Great aquarium.
Okay.
Aquariums. Check out that aquarium.
All right. So with gin, you don't want to shake it. You just want to stir it.
Wow, this is beautiful. The work of art.
Look at that. All right. Yeah, here.
Oh, wow.
These backup poster in case sometimes people go 2 at a time. If they're like, all right, we're still working on this.
Cheers.
Let's do the next one. There we go. Oh, pretty good. That's pretty good right there.
Ooh.
Not too bad. Feel that elderflower right there.
Oh, I love the elderflower.
God damn, I'll tell you what. God damn. You love a nice gin drink.
Oh my god. See, I think gin kind of got a reputation for a long time as like an old people drink, which is maybe
Yeah.
why I like it.
I think it's more than just that, like, I think the first time a kid tries gin, they don't know how to. So they either have, so like the first time I had gin, it was fucking like Gordon's gin, which was like $7 a bottle, and it's bad. And I was like, oh, I'll put it in orange juice, because that's what gin and juice must be. That must be what Snoop Dogg was rapping about. And it was horrible, and I'm just like, I'm not touching gin ever again. So of course I didn't like it until I was like, oh, you put it with fucking goddamn Aperol or Campari and some vermouth, and now it's good. Okay, cool. Those are things I didn't have access to.
I don't think I've ever had a Negroni. But
What are those people on the internet talking about with that goddamn? Because that's not, whatever they're talking about doesn't sound like a goddamn Negroni. It sounds like a fucking a spritz of some sort.
Mike, you are a steward of straight culture, so I wouldn't. I'm here to help. It's one of the actresses on that new like Game of Thrones show. Was being interviewed by another actress, and she asked what her drink of choice was, and she said Negroni Spagliato with some prosecco in it. And so it just became this like. It just became this gay phenomenon, and I don't know. As long as I hear it's easier to make for bartenders than an espresso martini, so I'm sure.
Well, espresso martinis are a pain in the ass. Nobody wants to make you a goddamn espresso martini.
I will never. I wouldn't do that to a bartender.
I do like an espresso martini.
I've never had one, and I wouldn't.
Or I could make you
one. I wouldn't.
I could make you one. Think I couldn't make you one? You think I got some goddamn espressos? Do you think I got some espresso already fucking cut?
Oh my god, look at that.
Oh, it's fucking amateur?
Well, this is a delicious treat.
It's not bad.
And I love gin, and I do feel like it feels very like 20s to drink gin.
It does, because it's like
bathtub gin.
It's funny that like gin was basically invented because they're like, oh, this tonic water sucks so bad. We have to drink it though, so we don't get fucking like whatever British fucking war disease there was in the fucking 1910s.
God, do I hate a British war disease?
Oh, they're the worst. So it's like, oh, maybe if we fucking boil flowers in our bathtub, connect a hose to it, that fucking dew will be drinkable.
I love a gin and tonic so much. And also to your earlier juice question, a gin in the summer, a gin and lemonade, there is nothing better.
So that's what. So a gin and tonic with the elderflower liquor, I fucking love.
Yeah.
And lemon juice. So like a Tom Collins, but with the elderflower liquor.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Although that's soda water instead of tonic water.
Right.
I love it though. It's great. It's fantastic.
What's your favorite cocktail?
I mean, what do I make the most is just a fucking old fashioned. That's if I'm just drinking, I'm just usually making that because it's fucking 2 steps, but it's like what I want. And then I like it all. I like a mule. I really love a mule.
I only discovered Moscow mules, I think, in the past 2 years.
So they weren't very big. Out here, they became really big right around the time I got up to Los Angeles, and because they were invented out here, and then like they forgot, and then Russia was everybody liked Russia for a minute, and then now everybody hates Russia.
So everyone hates Russia
for whatever reason. But I like, I don't like vodka as much as I like bourbon, so I usually do like a Kentucky Mule, which is the same thing except bourbon and lemon instead of vodka and lime.
I love a Moscow Mule, and my dad was visiting, steward of Boston culture.
Oh, of course.
My dad. My dad was visiting, and we went out to dinner with Jamie Loftus, friend of the program, best friend of me, and we went to the Tam O'Shanter, which it's a steakhouse in Glendale.
Oh, out here, yeah. Okay, I think you meant the Tam back in Boston.
No, the Tam is okay. So the Tam O'Shanter was a bar in Boston that is now Public House in Brookline, right?
Wait, what?
On-
No, I'm thinking of the Tam near Nick's.
Oh, okay.
The one, yeah.
So there used to be a place called the Tam O'Shanter that is now Public House in Brookline.
Oh,
But basically, Jamie suggested the Tam O'Shanter Steakhouse out here, and I was like, that's perfect because my parents met at the Tam O'Shanter in Boston. And anyways, my parents met at a bar. Cheers to them.
Cheers to
Here
them.
we go.
To alcohol.
To alcohol.
Funny story about the Tam on in the what used to be known as the combat zone. Oh, there's a furious bee outside. I got stung by a bee again last week. I hadn't been stung by a bee in about 20 years. I've been stung by 2 bees this summer in the same fucking spot on the opposite ends of my hand. So what happened was, like 2 months ago, I was in the car and there was a bee on the back of my head, and I like didn't know what was there, and I fucking like just touched my head and it fucking stung me on like that part. And then Sunday, I was at the park and I feel something in my fucking shirt, and I'm just like, what the fuck's going on? And a bee sting. I see a bee still stuck inside me, and my hand was all swelled up. I gotta be better about taking pictures of the drinks. Terrible about it. Let me take it. Get away from there, fly. I see what you're up to. I see what you're doing. Let me post that for the folks at home. I do love this. This is fantastic.
It's a really good drink.
Good God. Good ass drink.
Good ass drink.
And this was what is this one called? Post that with it. Drink one. Perfect. Let the folks know. FadedComedy.com. Come to it. Alrighty, let me throw it on the gram. Let me throw it on the gram too.
We're throwing it on the gram. Come on.
I'm so bad about. Well, this is normally what Adam's here for, is to like do all this shit, and I'm just like, I'm so bad at technology, and luckily he's good at it, and it works out together. It's the 21st century, right? No, this is the gypsy.
20 or wait.
The 20th. This is the gypsy.
No, this is the gypsy.
This is the gypsy. All right, I threw that on the gram. I threw it on the old Twitter as well, so people can follow along at home. Goddamn. So going to school in Baltimore. What was the local? Oh shit! Now I know what I was gonna say. The thing about the Tam. One time, did you ever hear that story about that Michael Che told about like not getting into a club in Boston because he was wearing Jordans?
I know of it vaguely. I don't know the word for word.
It is a complete and utter fabrication.
I believe it.
I was opening for him at Nick's Comedy Stop. We tried to go to the W Hotel. He does not have his wallet on him, and does not understand why they won't let him in. The thing about, the white guy got let in with sneakers. Yeah, I was the white guy. You know what I had?
An ID.
Fucking ID. And I was like, if you had that, we would have been fine. I go, you don't have your ID, but here's what we can do, is go into the Tam, because it's the Tam and we can, and I'll fucking waltz us in there. So that's what we did, and then he fucking proceeded to lie on the city of Boston.
And call it like the most racist city in America.
Which, like, they're all racist. They're all bad cities, but like...
I moved from New York City a few weeks ago. There's fucking racism there. And
it's
also
always crazy.
Saying Boston is good.
No, but when you'll hear people from like Boston or Philadelphia especially, where I'm like, did you guys just bomb a black neighborhood in the 80s? Didn't you guys bomb a black neighborhood? Did that not happen?
But it's also, there are a lot of people who are like, Boston is racist, who have never been there.
Yeah.
Also, half the city is black and brown. Stop erasing half the city.
And it's just like, if you want to talk about...
Why don't you ask a person of color about it instead of...
And also, you don't even know how... Like, it is racist, but not the way that you think it is.
Not the way that you think it is. And guess what? You know what? We both grew up in Massachusetts. Who of, like, between us and, like, the South or the Midwest, who do you think got a more accurate education of history in K through 12 education?
You think between Northeastern U.S. history and Irish Catholicism, I didn't get a healthy dose of guilt?
Come on, we got it.
Life by the spoonful. By the spoonful, I was guzzling guilt. Just ridiculous.
Look, I mean, I'm Irish, but I'm not so Irish that I've ever said anything like the Irish were persecuted.
Oh lordy! And
There is
it's
that
just
kind of
like
person.
they were persecuted in Ireland,
In Ireland, yeah.
which is why they left. You know what happened when they got to America is they found out, hey, you guys want to be cops? You'll get to beat up the one race fucking lower than you. And they were like, sure, we'll do that.
I know.
And that's how they fucking escalated.
And guess
it.
what?
That's
And
how they fucking rose to
And
power.
that's most of my extended family, and there we go.
There you go. Modern day fucking slave catchers, and they're the ones who's had it the worst.
Most of my family, my extended family, my dad's side of the family, the Irish side is like pretty equally divided between cops and criminals.
Those are always the best one because it's like
It truly is like, are you a bank robber or are you arresting bank robbers?
And you said your family is Dorchester?
Dorchester, yeah.
Mine's Brockton, so
Yeah.
a different kind of the same thing. Like
Yeah.
Brockton, especially back in the 80s, used to like be a like mini city that like people could live in.
Well, my dad grew up in so his parents are from Dorchester. My dad grew up in Brookline, and Brookline now is like so rich.
Yeah.
But everyone I know from Brookline who is like my dad's age is like grew up working class.
Yeah.
My dad has a really thick accent. Like everyone, yeah, it just didn't used to be like that at all.
And even like it's weird, like that area that we were talking about before, it used to be called the fucking combat zone. Like and now it's the theater district. And then there's the fucking seaport, which used to be like
The seaport is disgusting.
stabbed there, and now it's worse than it was because it's like
I wish it were still it's stabby past.
I'd rather get stabbed than like walk past the ugliest empty building.
It's so ugly.
That all fucking Marty Walsh's dickhead developer
I know.
buddies are using to fucking wash fucking foreign oligarchs' money through.
No, you know what? I support unions money laundering.
But that, like, it's just a bunch of vacant fucking buildings. They're like,
no, it's true.
oh, because there's no fucking vacancy tax. Oh, we're claiming these are losses.
The seaport is truly dystopian, and there are so many places like that in New York too, where it's just vacant buildings, and they claim them as losses, and it should be fucking illegal.
It should be. It's fucking insane.
I mean, I like housing. Obviously, is such a big. It's such a universal issue. I don't think that corporations should be allowed to own single-family homes. I don't think they should be. I think that basically in any sort of purchase situation, like people for whom the place will be their primary residence should always be given preference.
I don't think you should be able to own more than one property in a state.
I agree.
Why? Because what would you need
why?
it for? For why?
Also, I really want to see Airbnb just
it's great
fucking
seeing that fucking collapse.
die.
Oh, you took out 20 mortgages because you saw a little fucking a niche? And now you're fucking gonna be upside down in them?
Yeah.
Good.
Good.
You took something that was supposed to be, oh, I'm gonna be out of my house for a week. Let's see if I can pick up a couple of $100 while I'm fucking subsidize this vacation if I can. And now it's, oh, let me see if I can make something out of absolutely nothing. Let's see if I can leverage myself to the fucking brim and not.
And it's, I mean, hosts are like, I mean, it's out of control. Like,
Especially all the fees now, and it's, oh, the $100 cleaning
there's
fee.
so many cleaning fees, and then you also have to do so much cleaning yourself.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing
Take the
here?
barrels out, do all this, do that, do that.
Rented an Airbnb with some friends and back in June, and I was like, there are no sheets on the bed. And
Is it BYOS?
Yes.
Jesus.
And then I messaged the host and I was like, where are the sheets? Why are there no sheets on the bed? And she was like, you were supposed to bring your own sheets.
Get fucked.
Bring your own sheets?
So now whenever I'm traveling for comedy, I get to the airport and I pull up Hotel Tonight. I never fucking book a hotel until I get to town. I'm just like, who wants to fill a room tonight?
Yeah.
Anybody?
And you get good deals.
Yeah, I like. There's most nights I'll pay like the most I'll end up paying is like 120 on.
Sure.
And it's like that's not great, but there's some nights where it'll be like, hey, here's this $300 hotel that you're getting for like 110. I'm just like, you know what, fucking, I deserve it. I deserve it.
The hotel is like always a better experience.
Yeah, and especially if I can like get to close to wherever the club is first, and then be like, all right, well, what's the closest hotel to me right now? And now I go, all right, well, this is $10 more, but I don't have to take a fucking Uber to it. So that's the thing.
Yeah.
Or like there's some fucking incentive that makes this thing better. And then also with Hotel Tonight is after a while you get like discounted rates. Like after your like fifth one, I think like the next one's like 20% off or something like that.
Oh.
So it's not like the more you do it, the more you fucking build.
Hotel Tonight.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Fuck Airbnb.
Fuck Airbnb.
Eat shit Airbnb.
Like bring your own sheets is insane.
Oh.
Why do we have such a huge cleaning fee when we have to bring our own sheets?
I got a text message from my manager and thought I did something bad for a second. Thank you, Adam. He's not watching at home, but he just texted me to let me know he thinks that my John Hamm tweet should have done better. And I said, you know what, Adam? That is not an emergency to text me during the stream.
I think it's an emergency.
That is
We're
not.
gonna look it up.
Well, that's the thing. If I get a text during the stream, I'm like, did I say something I shouldn't have said? But no, it was.
Did I say a racial slur?
What? I'm a good guy. I've never done that.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
Here's Louise. Trying to get Mike canceled.
Yep.
God damn me.
It's been a long game.
Gonna be opening for Tim Allen at this rate.
That's right. Tim Dillon.
Jesus. You know what? I cannot stand. Here's what I fucking. When his fucking special got released, I saw so many people that are, I know, left leaning.
Mm-hmm.
That I go, I know you know what that grifter is fucking about, and I can't understand how you can fucking stomach being like, check this out. Eat a dick.
Yeah.
Especially the people that are like, he's a champion of fucking underserved voices. What voice? The guy's a fucking bigot. He happens to like a dick in his mouth every so often. So did
Who
that.
doesn't?
So did that Milos guy or whatever the fuck he's.
Milo Yiannopoulos.
Yeah. That dickhead. So like, I don't buy it. He's not a good comedian. Let's talk about that.
Well,
he's not funny.
The thing is that he was one.
He was. And then he fucking got too grifty.
I know.
Now he's got really, fucking alpha brain. He's got Joe Rogan fucking powder pill.
You know why? Brain. Because he makes like $100,000 a month.
Fucking nice. I guess I'd have a fucking warped sense of reality if I had money too.
Yeah. Thankfully, I never will. I'll never have money.
Thank Christ. I'm just gonna let Liz make it, and then I'll just be a kept man.
Here's to Liz.
Here's to Liz. Here's to the law. Hell yeah.
Liz.
Goodness. So we do have. Let's get another draw. Oh, you already finished yours. Goddamn. Let's start making this second one. Normally I do a little vote ski, but why don't we just pick one? What do you think we do? The Gypsy or the?
We just did the Gypsy.
The 20th century or the
Cameron's Ferrari.
So that could be. Let me throw that on there. Bang. All right. So this one's gonna be. You're gonna need gin. You're gonna need Campari. You're gonna need simple syrup. You're gonna need lemon juice. Peel of a lemon. Oh. I used to be garnishes are bullshit.
No.
I used to be a garnishes are bullshit guy. And now
I'm
starting to come up. Well, like some garnishes. Like there's some.
Well, because they really do like a peel of a lemon does infuse drink with flavor.
Well, like there's some things I'm just like, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, limes do next to nothing.
I love a lime. Oh my god! And well, do you like squeeze the lime wedge into the drink? Like when you get into the tonic, will you squeeze them? Because I always do that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For that, I'll do that. But I'm saying like as a like, but that's an underneath. I'm squeezing that in and throwing that at the bottom of the glass. I'm talking about like the top of the glass sort of situation.
Okay.
Like a lime in a margarita. I'm just like, it's just here. What is it? It's not really.
Yeah,
like.
maybe that's true.
I have, a lot of strong opinions, Julia. I'm sure you remember.
I do remember. I remember it so well, and I mean, do you like tequila?
Yeah.
Tequila like has, you were saying before about the sense memory of your first time. Like the sense memory that I have with tequila is college. It is the worst like blackout of my life.
I couldn't drink tequila for a good 10 years because I had a similar thing. I was going down to visit my buddy at Old Dominion in Virginia, and we had a weekend, and I remember it was Jose Cuervo Gold. Like, I went the next morning to go get, take what, I thought was a sip of water, and just, didn't even drink it, but smelled it, and it was just,
yeah.
And it was just, where I had to, I think there was, a cigarette butt in it, too. I just smelled it, but I was just, it took a while for me to come around on tequila, and I also there's so many bullshit tequilas, especially with the celebrity booze.
I was just gonna say, celebrities make so much tequila.
Ryan Reynolds' gin, whenever it's on sale,
Ryan Reynolds is in the gin business.
Aviation gin, it's really good.
Isn't he also? Doesn't he have a wireless provider too?
Yeah, Mint Mobile, which is a Canadian. It's Canada only, and I think it's subsidized by the government to give people. I think it's $15 a month for people to have service.
Well, what I will say is that Canadians love supporting Canadian businesses.
They do, and he had Rick Moranis in the commercials too.
That's important.
Canadian legend. All right, so you're gonna throw a half ounce of simple syrup in there. You're gonna do an ounce and a half of gin. I'd round up to 2. I do things around here. His gin is great, but there's so many bullshit tequilas Casamigos, not good. The Rocks tequila, not good, because they're all. To be a tequila, it used to be you have to be a Mexican resident. You have there's only you have to register your tequila with the Mexican government, and now there's just people buying into shit.
Yeah.
Where I'm just this is stupid, and you don't even care. You don't even care about the product. The Rock, I don't believe that you fucking drink enough tequila that you're this is good tequila. You don't know. You're putting too much fucking. So here's another thing about tequila is you're allowed to have 1%, up to 1% of additive, and all these motherfuckers are putting it up to the fucking
of course.
Every ounce of that fucking 1%. They're getting it right up. And most tequilas don't. They're we're not going to add additives because that's fucking shitty. And they're just putting a bunch of vanilla extract in it to make it taste different. And it's shitty and it's not good. Espolòn is one of the few cheap good tequilas that I when it sucked during the pandemic because they ran out of the type of bottle shape that they use isn't super common. So during the pandemic, a part of the shortage was just that they didn't have bottles this year.
Oh my god!
So, but I
think my ex has. I think yeah.
Oh yeah, it's the best. But when it's on sale at Ralph's, they'll be able to get it for $16 a bottle.
Yeah.
And the same bottle of Casamigos is $45. This isn't. It's not worth it.
Here's an alcohol hot take I have: is that champagne is bullshit.
I mean, it's nothing.
It's just nothing.
It's nothing.
It's whenever.
If you ask me, if you go, hey Mike, it's breakfast. You want a screwdriver or you want a mimosa? I'm gonna say I don't think a screwdriver. I think a screwdriver. But
a mimosa is bullshit.
Are you a Bloody Mary fan?
No, I've never I've actually never had one. I assume.
I don't like tomato juice, so I'm just
Okay, you know what's crazy is that one of my Canadian friends at college, she was really into. She was
Caesars. They up there.
Yes.
That's with the clam juice.
Clamato.
Yeah, the Clamato. Yeah.
The hell.
So one of my friends is a writer for Letterkenny, which is like a Canadian show. And like one of the times when during the pandemic, we used to have our live stream on Fridays when everybody was locked in, and we had him on. And I was like, "What the?" Because they joke about it in the show. I was like, "What the fuck is a Caesar?" And he's like, "It's with clamato juice." And I was like, "That's horrifying."
Yeah.
What is like? Ugh, clam? Like it's disgusting enough that you're gonna drink like soup, and now you're gonna drink like clam soup.
The soup part of it is appealing to me, but
listen, your boy's a soup.
I love it. I love a soup.
90-degree day, I still eat a soup.
I grew up on clam chowder.
Like I don't like seafood.
Oh my god, that's truly insane to me. Like seafood, I'm vegan now, and seafood is literally the only thing I miss because it's like irreplaceable, and because I was spoiled growing like, oh, give me like fried clams and lobster and
See, I just like didn't like the smell of uncooked fish, and I think as a result it made me not like the smell of cooked fish. And my first job in high school was working for a restaurant on the Cape called the Chart Room, which I used to have to make this thing called it was twice baked lobster. So I'd take a lobster, still alive, I'd stab him, through his heart, disembowel him, literally rip his insides out, and then stuff him with cooked lobster.
yes.
And then throw him in the oven. And I was just like, I don't like this. I don't like anything about this. This is bad. Terrible.
Anyone who is looking for a lobster roll in the greater Boston area, I would go to Belle Isle Seafood.
Where's that?
It used to be in Charlestown now, but I think it's in Eastie. It's in Eastie now. They really expanded.
Never really went to East.
There's like no reason to go there unless you're going to the airport.
I guess they have a bunch of good restaurants.
They do. My brother used to live there.
What's the one everybody loves there?
Santarpio's?
No. Something Kitchen. I can't remember.
Santarpio's is great though. It's Italian.
You got to be back out there in April.
I will not be there until Christmas.
Well, I mean that's sooner than April.
That's right.
I don't. Yeah.
That's right. Do you not go home for Christmas?
No. I don't talk to my family.
Oh my god!
Yeah. No. Yeah,
I'm obsessed with my family.
Yeah, take mine. No.
My family is. I mean, my dad is insane. Like I was pretty.
siblings?
I do. I have one brother.
Oh, okay.
And he is 11 months older than me.
Irish twins.
Irish twins, aka gross. AKA leave my mom alone.
You're like, hey, well, let's not let those stitches heal.
Oh my god, so brutal to think about. I always say that I was a mistake because I'm the younger of the two. My mom was like, you were a mistake. And I was like, why, when you tell the story of finding out you were pregnant with me, you say your reaction was, you've got to be kidding.
Yeah, that's
a mistake.
That is not
She was like, you weren't a mistake.
preparation.
You were unplanned.
I mean, sure.
It's the same.
The six of the other half dozen of both. Like what are we talking about?
But yeah, I have a brother, and my dad is insane. He came out and visited me, and I was excited about it for a minute, and then I remembered that no one can drive me crazy the way that he can. Like he just is. He's crazy. He's got to be stopped.
See, my dad was always the easy one. My mom was a pain in the ass, and yeah.
These are beautiful. You're literally a mixologist.
I didn't know how to do any of this until the goddamn pandemic. We had a bunch of ooh, I like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's Campari in that?
There is.
Yeah, because I can taste, there's like a bitter aftertaste.
You know what it could use?
Is that more bitters?
Yeah. There's no bitters in it. Even though it's called bitters, it will cancel out the bitterness of the grapefruit.
Yeah, that's good.
There we go. Not bad.
Gin!
Gin!
To gin!
Good gin. What was I saying? God damn it. I like gin.
I like gin. You don't go home for Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Where did you grow up?
Marion, towards the...
Marion!
Yeah, I just, I'd go home every, like, third year when I first moved out here, and it's just, I don't... at all.
I love my family. They're so insane. My dad's whole side of the family is really cuckoo. Like, they are like the Boston Irish Catholics. So obviously he doesn't speak to one of them. He doesn't speak to one of his brothers. Who you think that my brother and I are close in age? He and his brother, one of his brothers, are like 9.5, 10 months.
How do you do that?
Disgusting.
How do you, I guess...
My poor grandmother. God rest her soul.
I tell you what.
Joan.
Shouts to Joan.
Shouts to Joan.
Everybody
chose to
Everybody
Joan.
kick one back for Joan. Let me take a picture of this because I almost forgot to do it again. I'm so fucking bad at this. I'm so fucking bad at doing this. While I'm doing this, anything you'd like to plug or promote for the people? Any besides the thing on the
Crooked
goddamn
Media,
Crooked? Tell them
yes.
about that. Tell
Yes.
them how to subscribe to that.
So hello, Dr. Bear, PhD.
What's up, bud? Paul's a faded regular. Comes out every Friday night for the show.
Thanks, Paul. Yeah, I write the daily newsletter for Crooked Media. It's just like a daily rundown of all the day's top stories with jokes and my personal flair. And you can
The Julia Claire personal flair.
and you can go to crooked.com/newsletters to subscribe. But yeah, I like it. I get to, call Mitch McConnell a dickhead.
I love calling that guy dickhead.
All day, so that's
They got
the dream job.
They got a good pantry situation.
At Crooked, oh yeah.
Or at least they did. There were some times where I went in there towards the end of the basketball season. Snacks. I gotta be honest, snacks are slacking. And I'm like, you know what? I come in here, I expect, some snacks.
I get it. Look, yeah, I think the snack pantry is pretty good. We're still a small company. We're not like Facebook level.
They got to get rid of those fucking the baked Lays though.
I love the bacon.
Don't those give you I thought that wasn't the whole thing with the baked Lays that they were giving people leaky buttholes? Wasn't that the whole thing? Was the oil in it?
I mean, yeah, well.
The canola oil? Because it's canola oil, right?
Yeah, but...
Baked Lays, leaky butt. Dano Chim has destroyed the bowels of America!
Oh my god.
Today I learned that anal leakage caused Lay's to discontinue its WOW brand. Oh, so that...
Oh, it's a different brand. It's not even...
But that was the baked Lays, wasn't it? That was the whole scuttlebutt with that.
I don't know.
Let's find it.
It destroyed the bowels of America.
That is a bold claim.
It's an incredible headline.
God
Whoever
damn.
wrote that is
Wow, indeed.
amazing.
Jeez Louise. I tell you, while we have a minute, why don't we talk about this lineup for Friday's show?
Yeah.
Tickets are already going quick. I don't know what had happened the last couple of weeks where things had kind of cooled off, but I think maybe the weather, I think the football season, I think the MLB baseball playoffs. But listen, we're already pretty close to running out of seats for Friday's show. So if you want to come on Friday, please grab those tickets in advance. FadedComedyLA.com. Do it to it. Who do we got this Friday? Alec Flynn in town from Denver. We got Sophie Buttle back on the scene from Canada. Mace Galani. We got is it Rochelle or Rachel Kaylee? Do you know how to say? A fan of ours had been like, she's in town, book her.
Rachel.
And a couple other people.
Is
it
Rachel?
Rachel? Isn't she a New York person? Do you know?
I don't know her.
Okay, well, I'll figure out how to say her name between now and Friday. Subha Agarwal, we got on
Suba.
Fucking, I always fucking do that where I'm like Suba, and then I go, no, it's Subha, and then I get very binary.
Great.
Lisa Curry's on the program. She asked if she can go early. I got to respond to that. Lisa, if you're watching, you can. I'll figure that out. David Perdue, also in town from Atlanta. Guess where your boy's going to be in December? A couple dates in Atlanta. I got a bunch of shit coming. I'm fucking hitting the goddamn road. I'm hitting
He's a mogul.
goddamn road. I'm going to be in goddamn Washington, D.C., Asheville, North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina, Greensboro.
Wow.
Is that South Carolina or North Carolina? Greensboro,
I don't
South
know.
Carolina?
I'm famously a coastal elite. I don't know the Carolina.
But that's the coast, isn't it?
I know.
Should.
Greensboro.
Greensboro sounds like South Carolina.
Yeah.
Could be wrong.
North Carolina has some good pockets, though. I've heard.
Asheville, I liked.
Everyone likes Asheville. Everyone likes Wilmington, pretty much. Well,
I haven't been to Wilmington yet.
Wilmington's a college town.
Where? What college is in Wilmington?
UNC Wilmington.
Oh, I think you're like not the UNC.
No, UNC is Chapel Hill, but
Yeah. A UNC, I guess.
that's right. But no, I think a college town is generally a safe bet for a good city. I love have you been to Madison, Wisconsin?
I haven't done any shows like on my own. The only time I did it was when I was opening for Daniel Sloss when he was doing like a theater there.
Okay.
The day we did it, there had been some lightning and like the power was out in town like for the first 6 hours that we got there, so I had to shower in the dark. We get to the fucking venue, and they're like, we've only had the AC going for 45 minutes, so it's gonna be hot. And literally, I was sweating buckets the entire show.
The only time I've been there was I was opening for Beth Stelling.
Oh, Beth.
The best.
The best.
The best. I'll plug her special because it's Girl Daddy. It's on HBO.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so good.
Check that out.
It's one of my favorites. But yeah, we did. I featured for her at
Comedy on Stage.
I
still haven't done it. I want to. I need to because the one time that Sloss was supposed to do there, I think something happened where I couldn't. Where there was I was supposed to fly out of Boston and there was snow, so I couldn't. That was that always happened is they give him
Sweet Beth. Absolutely.
When he first got over to America, the only dates that they give him were in the dead of winter. So I'd be like, all right, I can book my flight for this.
It's so funny because he's done Conan a million times.
Yeah. But the time that the whole way that I met him was I was at Laugh Boston. Those motherfuckers never booked me. And I was just sitting.
Laugh Boston never booked me either. I only got booked on but when people had one-off shows there and they would book me.
I mean, that was how it was. It was all right, we'll book fucking guys that were famous 20 years ago.
I know.
And let them bring in their friend that does comedy once a month to feature. Great. Awesome. That's a way to build a scene. John Tobin, if you're watching, suck it from the back, brother. Eat a dick, you fucking donkey. Why don't you go fucking smooch your boy Marty Walsh some more, you fucking pheasant.
You hate Marty Walsh.
I hate him.
Why?
I feel like I've given some pretty strong reasons. He basically pushed arts out of the fucking city.
Yeah, I mean, mayor of Boston is a job I just wouldn't want.
Sure, then don't take it.
That's right.
Both of us know that.
Michelle Wu is doing a great job.
And you know what? It was funny because the time that I was back there, people were saying shit about her, and I was like, she's been in job. She'd been in power for 4 months at that point. And I was like, do you understand she's unfucking everything that's been done in the last 20 years?
I mean, I'm sorry for everyone watching if you're not into niche Boston politics, but Michelle Wu I think she's the real thing. I really like her a lot. Marty Walsh, I do love that someone with a thick Boston accent who's a union thug.
Who likes Godsmack.
Who loves Godsmack is the Secretary of Labor.
And listen, I'm usually a supporter of union men, but he is also like as soon as he got into office, he was just like, all right, if you're a developer, give me your money,
Yeah.
put them up.
Well, I mean, that's the plague of Boston. Yes, yes, you have picked a great time to tune in, Von Aert. Yeah, we are. Every mayor sucks developer. Yeah, no, that's 100% true. Boston is like particularly tough because it's so small, and also there are 250,000 college students. So everything, it's a mess.
Yeah, because it's just like, all right, well, the people that are fucking young, we can't actually fucking
And also, it like
appeal to because they can't vote here.
it artificially like fucks up the housing market because so many of the kids go to like BU, their parents pay their rent so they can pay anything.
And also, it only being that you can get rentals on September 1st.
It's so crazy.
No, shut up.
Okay, so like
people are like,
so if you're not in Boston, like literally every lease is from August 31st to September 1st, and
or other way around.
Right.
September 1st to August.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No one believes that when I tell them.
Because I still get when somebody's like, during the summer when I was like, oh, you guys moving in September 1st, they're like, oh no, like August 1st. I'm like,
wow. Yeah.
What? You
cannot find. I mean, it's crazy. It's just crazy. It's like it is this weird old world like moving day type situation. That's why everyone calls like the day after September 1st, like
also
Christmas,
yeah.
so, which is when everyone just so yeah, sounds like Toronto. Yeah. I mean, another fucked housing market.
Oh, is it bad there too? I don't really know a whole lot about Toronto.
Yeah, no, Toronto's.
I know they're like the purchasing housing market has gotten as fucked as a lot of places.
It's just like it's crazy expensive. It's crazy, but what I will say is that I moved from New York to here. I cannot, but like I have a shitty studio. I can't believe I can even afford a shitty studio because that's how expensive it was.
Even in Boston, I was starting to get priced out.
No, 100%. I mean, the price, people don't want to, like, New Yorkers hate to hear this, but like the prices in Boston and New York
were as insane.
Pretty comparable.
It was the third. When I was leaving, it was San Francisco, New York, Boston.
Yeah.
And then New York was like, or no, I think New York might even been fourth, and then Los Angeles, I think, was like fifth or sixth. So I was just like, all right, well, fucking, I'm still not getting worse. But the place that you did the backyard show that I used to do in Southie, right? So that place that I used to rent, it was a 4-bedroom, and we each paid $600 when we first moved in there. By the time we were leaving, which was like 4 years later, they were like, it's $1,000 a piece, and I was like, see you fucking later. The location was fantastic.
I know.
Like, it was great.
I had the same thing in Central Square in Cambridge. Incredible location. I paid almost nothing, and for the years that I lived there, it didn't go up that much. But my landlord was a crazy lady who would yell at us all the time, and
we just had property managers.
We didn't have a front doorknob for like 2 months. And I was like, I guess it's worth it because I'm paying $650, but I lived with 3 other people. We had one bathroom rather.
Oh, so that was a good thing, is we at least had 2 bathrooms.
No, we had one.
Oh wait, no, we did have 1 bathroom. Oh god, that was horrible.
Anyways, great location.
Yeah, great location. We're right on fucking goddamn beach, Carson Beach.
Yeah, I was right on Mass Ave in Cambridge. I loved it. I love Cambridge, but yeah, to your point, I went back.
1 bedroom is $2,500. Jesus.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah,
like
that's New York. I mean, that's like a little.
Is pretty much the 15 to 200, 2,000 is pretty much the base around here.
I'm paying for my studio. I'm paying $1,600, which is the most rent I've ever paid in my life. I've always had roommates or like lived with a partner or whatever. But in New York, if I wanted to get a studio, it'd be at least $2,100.
Oh no shit.
In like in a not great area.
Yeah. Ugh.
So.
New York. Did you like New York? I hate every minute of being.
I do. Okay, so here's the thing: is that I was in New York for almost 7 years.
Yeah.
The first year that I was in New York, I was like, I don't get it. I don't understand. Like,
because I guess you moved right around the same time I moved to LA.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, why don't the trains come? I lived in like an area that I did not like, and the first year was horrible, but I really did grow to like it. And yeah, I do like New York. I don't think that anyone should live there who doesn't absolutely have to.
That's the same thing with LA. I don't understand people who live here where I'm like, are you doing something that requires you to be here?
Literally.
Then go anywhere else and be well.
Our friend Twanda was tweeting about this. He was like, no one should live in New York unless they have to. And if I were not a comedian, I would be married in Boston and like, yeah.
Just go somewhere where there's space and land.
Also,
and you can have a porch.
Yeah, I do miss Boston, but also the Boston that I left isn't
it's
there
gone.
anymore.
It's obliterated. They fucking bombed it.
It's crazy.
It's terrible.
It's like
South. The last time I went to Southie,
Seattle, but
I wanted to rip my hair out. I was just this all it looks like a prison architect designed this these buildings.
Yeah.
This is the leak.
Yeah. It's really, and the seaport is truly dystopian. It is, it's not good. And also where I lived in Central Square, which was very kind of artsy and weird, in Cambridge, there's a Target there now, and all these, it's the whole thing is brutal.
Another thing I thought about is one of the worst things about New York is grocery shopping.
Oh, okay. Here's the thing about
the bodega. Yeah, sure, I get it. They love the bodega.
Look, I've only been in LA for a little under 3 weeks. My wound is still raw. But what I will say is that in New York, it is so hard to get good produce in a way that was truly shocking to me moving from Boston. I was just what? The only produce that doesn't seem to be actively rotting is at Whole Foods, and it's $1 million.
Because think about the logistics of just all right, how are we gonna get this truck?
Yeah.
How are we gonna get this truck in front of this building so we can unload this fucking lettuce? And the good thing about LA is at least you can pay somebody $10 and have everything you want.
Yeah.
That's it. When I know there's some people that are using delivery apps is class warfare, and I'm just no, it's the Ralph's app, and I'm giving them.
Look, it's the Ralph's app.
I'm giving them a bunch of money to bring me stuff. I think it's a fair trade.
I don't have a car because I'm a member of I'm an ally. I'm a comrade. I'm a member of the working class. I don't have a car, so I did Vaughn's which is a chain out here, has grocery delivery, and it's pretty affordable. And
Ralph's, if you the yearly membership is $59, and then you get free delivery for the year.
Huh.
So.
Well, yeah. I think it's.
And then tip the person.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And I would be spending that much money anyways if I walked there and then had an Uber back.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is what I have to do all the time anyways. And people in LA do look at me like I'm insane because I take the bus and I walk.
Because I didn't own a car in Boston.
Yeah. No, and I never owned a car in New York. And I grew up in a place where I had to drive. But yeah, I haven't driven regularly since college or right after, and I just kind of I don't know. LA is difficult without a car.
It is. It's I would say it's nearly impossible.
It's when I go to work, it's fine because I only have
for
to take
that-
one bus. But like all the stuff that you want to do in LA, that makes LA, I think, like a good place to live. Everyone's like, you need a car.
I mean, I don't like most of the shit that everybody's likes to do. Like, I don't want to go fucking run Runyon Canyon. I don't want to do any of that bullshit. Like, I don't want to go to Malibu and watch waves. Like, I've seen waves. I know what they look like.
Everyone says the Pacific is really cold.
It's not colder than the Northeast Ocean.
Are you? Well, that's what people say.
They're out of their goddamn minds.
Okay.
It's so much cold. Have you ever fucking jumped into the water in a Gunkwit, Maine? Eat a dick. Oh, man, fucking the Pacific Ocean's cold. It's not. It's nowhere near.
Look, I'm a Northeast diehard. I will slit my wrist for the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah, I don't even know. Like, I know it sounds crazy that I'm like, no, our ocean's colder, but that is a source of pride. Our ocean's colder. Your guys' ocean's like warmed up most of the year. Ours is cold.
Well, the person who told me it was like too cold is from Massachusetts, so I was
How long have they been out here?
7 years.
Okay, yeah, they were warped. They don't know. Yeah,
They don't know.
they don't know. I've gone back and rechristened myself in the fucking in Buzzard's bed. You know, I did it.
There's a ton of people from Massachusetts at my company, and it's like really is a point of comfort for me.
It is. You know, we're
everywhere.
A weird bunch. We are a strange bunch. So here's what we're gonna do. We have passed the hour mark. I am gonna run a quick little commercial break. For those of you that aren't subscribers, you'll get a commercial. It'll probably be about as Amazon Prime or something. Loriander, shouts to Loriander, our friend from Denmark. Loriander, I know you're a subscriber, so you'll get to see this next little tidbit. But we're gonna run a quick little commercial break, pay the bills. You'll probably see something about a ring, an Amazon ring. I don't know. We'll find out.
Ring.
Here we go. Bet. And for those of you at home that are subscribers, you'll get to hear us fucking continue to chat shit. Loriander, thank you for subscribing, Loriander. Thank you for continuing to subscribe. That brings us to 39. We are one away from 40, our goal. Liz, what do you need? Am I yelling?
Okay, how about
What?
Anakin Skywalker and Padme
What the fuck are you talking
could
about?
carry a sword?
Are you talking about Halloween?
Yes.
This is adorable.
We just read it.
Sure.
We're gonna have to do something.
Yeah.
Is that so? Is that this Saturday or is that next
Yes,
Saturday?
it's soon. We have to.
That's crazy.
When
we were talking about it, I was like, there's no way it's this
Ridiculous.
weekend.
It really says the 21st or the 22nd?
I have 2 friends in LA, and I've been invited to so many Halloween parties. I think everybody just needs bodies.
Most people know not to, and Iffy invited me. And it's like, all right, well, Iffy.
You costume parties quite well, and
Most people know I don't like Halloween. It's not my thing. I don't like.
Yeah, but Liz is saying that she
like Halloween.
Do you know the story of our first Halloween together?
No.
Oh, okay. This man who claims to not like Halloween was like, I'll make a bet with you, and I honestly forget what the bet was. But if you lose, we have to dress like Macho Man and Miss Liz for Halloween. And I was like, okay, cool, and then I lost. And so I asked and went and got the costume of the century. I took a picture of went to a thrift store, I made some shit, I got the everything, I teased the hair the whole fucking night. I show up, this dude is wearing a Macho Man t-shirt.
Yeah, and my wrist tape, bandana.
That was the extent of
It looked great.
And you said, this is the man for me.
At that point,
She said,
it's been,
what a
6
guy.
months and
Wow.
now I do.
Wow. Paul, do you hear what she's saying about me?
No,
Paul's in the chat.
it's been 8 years.
God damn. It's talking nasty about me. God damn.
It started on the first trip to the apple picking orchard.
Yeah, I hated it.
Man stalled all day. We showed up 15 minutes before closing.
And then it closed, and then she's like, oh, I'm mad at you. And I was like, we could have got here earlier.
Liz.
Everybody blames Mike. Everybody just picks on me. I've never done anything wrong in my entire life. I've never done a damn thing incorrectly.
Never done anything wrong ever.
No. What have we been drinking? We've been drinking some gin. Some gin. We had a, what did we have? We had a Cameron's Ferrari and a 21st Century.
A gypsy. No, we had a gypsy.
We didn't do the 21st Century.
We didn't do the
You're right.
20th,
We had the
20th
gypsy,
century.
20th. We had the gypsy and we had the Cameron's Ferrari.
What
So
is
the
it?
Cameron's Ferrari is still up there on the screen. It's gin, Campari, simple syrup, and some lemon juice.
I
like the first one.
I really do. Like, this is really good too, but the gypsy with the elderflower.
It doesn't seem like a
Saint Germain?
you don't like a grapefruit rind.
It's not that I don't I just like Campari is tough for me.
It is. It took me a while. I think this drink might be better with an Aperol than a Campari. Because the Aperol is a little lighter, a little fucking, little that. That's the law. You know, you have to finish every single one of them.
Finishing.
I'll
finish.
At any point, like if you don't want to finish the drink, you're perfectly allowed to do that. Don't let him tell you.
Campari grows on people after a while. Yeah, yeah.
Burnette's never gonna grow on me. Fucking Kenny, that sicko, likes Campari and Burnett, and he calls it a Ferrari. That sicko. He loves it. And I'm just like, this is disgusting. I don't know what tummy issues you have where this is like a good thing for you, but like, it's bad for me.
Order Burnett, everyone knows you.
Oh, that's like a bartender. Like, all bartenders love Burnett.
Why?
I don't know, because I don't know. It's just sicko behavior.
It is sicko behavior. But yeah, Campari is, maybe I'm just like a little bitch, but Campari is like it's just a little too bitter for me. I don't know,
listen, that's reasonable if you don't like a bit, especially if I'm having a couple. Bitter, like, I don't want bitter. But that first one I really like. I like the elderflower. Green so here's another
green chartreuse.
So here's the thing about this is it's basically this and yellow chartreuse are like basically it's made by like monks that like they're the only ones that have the recipe to it, and like especially during the pandemic it was like really hard to come by because they were, believe it or not, the monks were having logistic issues. So they couldn't get the chartreuse out. But I like chartreuse. I don't. There's not many drinks that I use it for, and especially because fucking bottle this size is like $80.
That's crazy.
So yeah, it's most of the drinks that I make with it, I'm using a third of an ounce or 3/4 of an ounce at the most.
You know who loves Amaro? Loriander is my mom.
Oh yeah,
and she will just get it like Amaro rocks. My mom is hardcore, and she is, and like my dad doesn't drink beer. He doesn't drink anything like masculine. He only drinks, like, his favorite drink is a Mai Tai.
I love a Mai Tai.
He loves a Mai Tai.
But that's
but also, and
that's
he loves
rum, right?
A vodka and 7-Up.
You know what I like?
With lemon.
A rye Tai, which is a rye Mai Tai. I love mint. Anything that has mint in it, sign me the fuck up. Anything that has
Mint is like the best thing for tummies.
Oh really?
Yeah.
But I like make sure that none of the actual mint gets in the drink. Like I fucking double strain it and make.
Have you ever had a French 77?
Oh yeah. French 77. I've had a French 75, French 77. What's the difference between?
Oh no, maybe it is a French 75.
Well, there's a French 75, which is with gin, and then I think it's a French 175, which is with cognac. I might be.
French 75 is what I'm thinking of. I misspoke and said it was 77, but I do love a French 75.
So yeah,
even though I said that champagne is bullshit.
Gin, lemon, simple and champagne. I think is what that.
Yes, I said that champagne is bullshit because.
Yeah, Liz is
I'm
a
recovering. It's
champagne.
the only alcohol that I drink, really.
I mean,
I don't drink.
I'm a big wine drinker. Like,
never got into it.
See, most of the time when I drink, it is like it's wine.
Yeah.
I
This
love
is red
wine.
wine season too. Like I just opened a bottle of red wine.
See, red
That
is-
just feels right.
Yeah,
you
red
know?
is even less like I'll have if you got a white sangria,
Okay.
I'll fuck with a white sangria. If you got some pears cut up in there,
I split a white sangria pitcher on Sunday, and I got fucked up.
Yeah, that's where I end up. Whenever I see like, oh, what do you got for like pitcher deal? What like bang? Because
It
when
was
I go
so
out to
good.
drink, I'm like, what are we doing? Well, give bang for my buck. What are we doing?
It was
What do you
so
guys think I should-
good.
Yeah.
It was so fucking good, and yeah, I love all that shit.
it's good stuff. It's good stuff. We got one more drink on the docket.
Also, what I will say about red wine, I'm more of a white, and I love an orange wine. I love
Oh, a natural,
A natural.
real. You shouldn't frost enough in this bitch.
but
Tanner.
I know
He hates action.
he hates it. He's so mad.
He doesn't.
He's
He doesn't.
so
He's
mad.
very upset. He thought he was a better rapper when he was better, and he doesn't like that he's stolen Ghostface power flow.
But
Right,
yeah,
Tater?
I
You like
love
Ghostface, don't you?
the reds that I like. I love a red. First of all, I think that my another hot take that I have on alcohol is that most people serve their red wine to room temperature, like too warm. Yes. Oh. Oh.
Yeah, red wine is always too warm.
Most people serve it too warm, and when people say it's like room temperature, what they actually like room temperature used to be like the cellar of a Tuscan
Basement.
Yeah, that's
the room.
room temperature.
No, not your hot fucking den.
Yeah, so I like a red that can take a little bit of a chill.
Throw a couple fucking ice cubes in your.
I mean, I would do it. Honestly, I have no shit. I don't give a shit. I will throw a few ice cubes in it if it's too warm.
I throw ice cubes in the mimosa. Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Well, mimosas are like such a scam, anyways.
They are, but like most of the restaurants, they're either bottomless or.
Yeah, that's true.
That was the thing about Boston. No happy hour.
I know.
No drink special.
Happy hour.
Can't do it. It had been outlawed since before we were born. Mothers Against Drunk Driving, those old hags.
Those fucking
Those fucking
mad.
those fucking NIMBYs who probably fucking opposed busing too. They said we couldn't drink because we were driving too much, and we.
You know. Okay. Like doing comedy, I've met so many people from Chicago. Like people think that us, like from Boston, like we're drunks.
No, they're way worse. They are way.
Drinking is a sprint. Chicago drinking is a marathon, and they drive afterwards.
Yeah, that's the thing where I'm just
That's
like,
crazy.
what are you like? A couple of Chicago comics are just like, oh, you guys are alcohol.
You guys are alcoholic.
It's like,
And honestly, and I love that, and it's beautiful.
I'm like, you guys are trained. You guys have a perfectly workable train. You don't.
And they're like, I'm gonna drive.
I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna take this train to my hotel, but good luck.
But yeah, they get like blackout, and also I think some of their bars like close later than Boston. So
Well, because ours all close
They
at
close
like
at
1,
one or
and then like
2.
you'd find some that close at 2. But like,
But honestly, nothing good. And people complain about that. I get it. Like people complain about that in New York.
it doesn't need to be open till 4.
The bars close at 2.
Doesn't need to be open till 4 in the morning.
Nothing good happens after 2 a.m.
Well, here's the big difference between Boston and a place like Los Angeles: is Boston had a big drinking after work culture.
Yeah.
I'm getting off work at 5 o'clock. I'm gonna hit the bar on my way back to the train. Before I hit the
Because you
train,
could walk.
I'm gonna hit the bar. Me and my friends are meeting at this bar. That's a train stop away.
I
Or,
fucking loved drinking. When I worked in Boston, I loved going out to drinks after work. There was a bar on every corner.
Because I never
The
went.
best.
I never went directly home,
Yeah.
especially like pretty much like Wednesday through, because either I'd be going to do comedy or whatever. But like Wednesday through fucking Friday, as I was leaving work, I would never go home. I'd be like, all right, well, I'm Not going to go back to Southie. I'm in the financial district already. Where am I going to? I'm going to go here. Now, Maura Healey, future governor of Massachusetts.
Currently, the
Attorney General. Attorney General. When she was running for Attorney General, I was doing a little show at a bar called Cheers. Do you remember that show that Terry the flight attendant used to run?
Yeah. I never got booked on that.
Well, you know, what can I say? I'm on stage.
I guess I wasn't a lead enough.
Did you go? Did you ever show up?
No.
I did. Well, that's why I got booked. Oh, Mike, where'd you get booked? Because I fucking showed up. That's how I got booked. I'm on stage, and this woman is in the front row, is shit-faced. She's with her, what I now understand is her wife. And I'm just like, what are you yapping about? And she gets on stage, grabs the microphone from me, and tells the room that she's running for Attorney General. And I, later realized that she had won, and I'm like, this lady's our goddamn Attorney General. This lady who tried to fucking, she tried to take it from me. And I'm I'm not gonna let you take it, but I will, put it in your vicinity.
That's so
you can talk into it. And she's like, I was like, no, Maura Healey. But I hope the guy she's running against
I want her to be
bag
governor.
of shit.
I
know, the guy she's running. We don't
hate
Massachusetts. Stop electing fucking Republican governors.
We hate
How did Charlie Baker work out for you?
We hate hecklers, but we hate Republicans more.
Yeah, no. Oh, give me fucking 8 Maura Healeys over somebody who fucking repeal abortion rights.
God, yeah, okay. Oh, here's my Charlie Baker story.
Oh, that son of a bitch.
Is that after college, I was temping at a bunch of different places, and this one place, I was temping at the front desk, and Charlie Baker walked in with his entourage.
Got Turtle and E and Johnny Drama.
Yes, and I don't think any of his staff had ever talked to a woman before. They were just like, "Are you a Charlie guy? I mean, woman?
Are you a Charlie girl?"
And I was like,
"Are you?" That is a reference that nobody under the age of fucking 35 is gonna.
He's a huge guy.
Is he like a tall guy?
Yeah, Charlie Baker. He's a very imposing man. But also, New England writ large has a history of electing Republican governors.
Name. Scott Baker?
Oh yeah.
That fucking dickhead?
Well, Scott Baker was Senate.
Wasn't he the governor at one point first? I thought he was the governor first, and then he became the senator.
No, he took over Ted Kennedy's.
How the fuck did that happen?
In the special election.
Oh, Scott Brown. That's what it was. Scott Brown.
Yeah.
What did I say?
Scott Baker.
Scott
No, Scott Baker. Right. But Scott Brown also then went to New Hampshire and tried to run for office up there.
What a fucking grifter. That dude has never lived.
Bullshit.
Same thing with Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney! How the fuck did that happen? Deval Patrick, how the fuck did that happen? Why do we keep...
Deval Patrick is a Democrat, but he is also but he's a Republican because he and Mitt Romney literally both worked for Bain Capital. And
oh God. Oh Lord.
Yeah, and Deval Patrick also bragged about how he was like my daughter goes to school with in a a Lincoln Town car or something like that. Yeah,
that's gonna get the people on your side.
I know. There was this I remember there was a scandal about how much he spent on drapery, drapes.
Oh yeah. Oh shit, what was that?
But yeah, Scott Brown is the one who won in Ted Kennedy's absence, and then Elizabeth Warren beat him. If my memory.
A couple months early, because he wasn't there long.
He wasn't there. No, he
was the governor at one point, wasn't
he?
Wasn't he the governor before he won that election? I thought he was the.
No.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
I thought he was the governor after Patrick. Because I thought we like just kept fucking electing.
Governor Actor Patrick was what's his name? The tall guy who I just was talking about.
Baker?
Yeah, Charlie Baker.
I thought that was and Baker like is just wrapping up, isn't he?
Yeah. He also okay. I mean, Massachusetts is like left enough that
It's left enough that they'll allow gay marriage, but they'll segregate their neighborhood.
yes, and that they'll elect a Republican. But the only Republicans who get elected in Massachusetts are like Charlie Baker, who are like, I will never touch abortion, I will never touch gay marriage, I will never.
They are.
But Mitt Romney said that too. Mitt Romney, when Mitt Romney was governor, he was like, I won't, like, you know, Mitt Romney is like personally pro-life, quote unquote, and he was just like, I will respect the will of the people.
Shit, Romney, if you ask me. That's a fucking turd.
He sucks, but he's. I don't know. Like, Mitt Romney is so confusing to me. I'm like as left as they come, and Mitt Romney is so like. I do think that if I got in a room with Mitt Romney, I could change him. And he.
Or do you think that a million people have done the same thing, and he walks out of the room and goes, "Oh, I bet that person thinks I'm going to do what they fucking asked for."
You know,
I guarantee 90% of the people he's left a room with left thinking that they changed his mind.
But you know what's crazy is that Mitt Romney like marched in a Black Lives Matter parade, and Joseph R. Biden.
What a fucking brave thing.
But Joe Biden didn't. I mean, not that we, but like, I mean, I do. Okay, here's the thing that I think about Mitt Romney. I think Mitt Romney like really believes in God, and he really believes that he might go to hell.
Actually, you know what I'm just realizing? That's probably the last time I saw Jamie was at a protest.
Yes.
Oh wait, no, we've had her on Faded since then. I was like, because one of the times during the thing, I was like, I'll come with you, just so like, because it was like during like the times where like people might be hitting women, and I was like, I'll come.
But basically, I mean, the thing that is crazy to me about Mitt Romney is that there are a lot of like establishment Dems who did not march in Black Lives Matter protests, and he did. And I basically think that Mitt Romney like believes that he might go to hell and has a very keen awareness about that. And also, his dad was a civil rights.
Yeah.
George Romney was.
But he also like, it's too late.
It's too late for him.
You're going to hell, bud.
Anytime you support like tax breaks for the rich, you're going to hell.
But it's also just like you're a bitch-made dude. Like that dude, Trump, was like, "You're a fucking bitch.
I know.
Fucking, you're a bitch. Run your pockets. I fucking have no respect for you, but get in line." And you did it.
I mean, honestly, the thing that Trump did that was funny in the beginning, but then scary later, is that he humiliated like every member of the Republican Party, and that was really funny in the beginning.
Really
and then
funny.
It was scary.
Really, really funny. Like if he was,
the artist face, like calling Marco little Marco.
The funniest, like the best thing the Democrats could have done was been like, "Hey, Donald Trump, here's $1 million. Please run for Republican president." And then if you get the nomination, and then you go, "This is bullshit. Fuck this shit. You guys are fucking losers. We'll give you $50 million." Would that not have been worth it for them?
Do you remember on election, like when there was like video of him when it was clear
he looked miserable.
He won. He looked scared.
Yeah. I don't think he ever thought he was going to win.
I don't think he ever wanted to win.
No.
He wanted to like increase his brand power and go on a book tour.
But like start a cable network or whatever.
Exactly.
Like that was the plan.
No, for sure.
And now it's like, I gotta fucking leave these assholes.
So anyways, and now he's
going to jail, hopefully.
I mean, he has so many. I report on this like all day long. He'll never go to jail, but he has so many like legitimate charges against him. Is kind of incredible.
The shit about him starting another company after like you can't. They're like you're banned from starting companies. He's like, This is the Trump organization.
He started one called also the Trump Organization, but just did it in Delaware instead of New York.
Oh, the fucking federal government never looks for shady businesses in
Delaware, the number one
shady business place.
capital of America.
These little wheeze. All right, here we go. This is the 20th century. Right?
This is beautiful.
Look at this.
Thank you. Cheers.
Ooh.
Ooh! Oh my god.
Ooh.
So good.
I like that.
This is like orange sherbet almost.
It's, you know what it tastes like is, those fucking oranges you break open? The chocolate oranges?
It does taste like a
It
chocolate
tastes
orange.
like a little chocolate orange.
Where's the chocolate coming from?
Well, the chocolate's coming from the creme de cacao.
It's really good.
But the orange, where's the orange? Or I mean the lemon, it might just be lemon.
Ooh, that is good.
There we go. Put a little stank on it.
Come on.
Look at us. Let me take a little picture for the old internet. Let them know. Let them feel it. God damn. What's your favorite of the three so far, do you think?
I still think number one.
Mine's definitely 1 or 3. 2.
This 2 is like pretty good. Yeah, I mean this is
2 I think would have been better with an Aperol instead of a Campari.
I mean this is unlike anything I've had.
It's very good. I do like it quite a bit.
Wow. I mean, once again, we have to say to gin.
To gin.
I love gin.
The cause of and solution to all life's problems.
All of life's problems. Yeah, this is fucking delicious. This would be, I mean, around the holidays.
This would be a nice little holiday.
This would be so fucking good, like a chocolate orange drink.
Yeah, that's like a goddamn
It's a Christmas treat.
A Christmas treat.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
All right. Did I not do this? All right. Hold on. So
Mike is running tech.
I'm trying to run
He's trying to run tech.
Trying to run the goddamn tech. Oh, son of a bitch. All right. Here we go. I got it. Let me tell you, this shit is not easy to do without Adam. I know Adam, you just texted me.
And also not a studio when you've had 3 cocktails.
Yeah, it's a very tough one. Yeah, once I've had a fucking couple in me. You got some little turkey. Adam did text me.
I want everyone to know that Mike has a beautiful home.
Listen, I have nothing to do with it. It is all has to do with Liz. Liz is she's a lawyer. She's
an angel.
She's a good lady.
I met Liz many years ago, and I just met her again for this.
Yeah.
And I love Liz.
She's a good lady.
She's a good lady.
Most people like Liz much better than they like me.
Can you believe it?
Most people find me a bit rash
No.
and abrasive.
Oh.
Can you believe that? After
No.
nearly a decade. Can you believe that? We've known each other nearly a decade.
That's so crazy.
That is crazy.
I was thinking about that yeah. That is crazy.
That is.
God, I was so young.
We both were. We were both little goddamn babies.
Little babies in Boston. Boston comedy, though, is good. No, do start there.
No, because it's too expensive. It's that's a big part of it is just that it's tough to do. If you're gonna go to Denver, go to Portland, go to fucking
no.
There's
I mean, if you're gonna do either like go to Chicago maybe, but like you're not gonna like. I'm sorry, but there are a lot of good. You get a lot of good habits starting in Boston comedy in terms of like being a good joke writer.
I guess, but there were a lot of people who also were like, no, you can't do this, who are wrong, who are also people who never...
In every scene.
Who also, a lot of the people that were loudest about that were the people who never made a fucking dollar in comedy.
Wow. Look.
Speaking of which, we gotta talk... There's some... hold on one sec. Did you hear about, old Ricky J pulling his taffy at fucking work?
What?
Yeah.
No? I literally knew it was going to be about him, and I need to know. I have to. Okay.
So last time I was at the studio, and like I don't give a shit. I was never one of Rick's guys. He never put me up for anything. So like he booked me, but he'd also like whenever
I am one of Rick's guys.
whenever something would come through where they'd be like, oh, Comedy Central's coming through or fucking Conan's coming, he'd always fucking forget me. So he'd book me because he know I'd fucking do well enough and I'd probably sell a couple tickets. But he'd also like whenever there was something worth a damn to put me in front of, he'd always conveniently forget me for guys that were never going to leave that place ever. So last time I was in Boston, I had texted Jenkins initially and meant like, hey, like I'm in town. Can I get up? And he's just like, send me back like a weird message being like, oh, submit this email. And I'm just like, I was literally just in town and wanted to see if I could drop in. And like, luckily somebody from the studio did get back to me and they're like, hey, come through. And I was like, was Jenkins around? They're like, no, like he's been dismissed essentially. And I guess somebody came in during like off hours and he was like jacking off at work. And like watching a porno, like watching porno and cranking his hog at work.
You know what's crazy is I haven't been to the new studio.
It was fun.
People say it's fun.
It was. I guess they're moving to another new location because the one that I went to was at in Somerville. I want to say like
You missed the one in Harvard Square.
Yeah,
on top of the Hong Kong.
That was the fucking best. Fucking scorpion.
The best.
Balls.
The scorpion
balls and poo-poo platters.
And then also you could do karaoke.
God damn, it's the best.
The best. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, the orange chocolate drink is dope. Another new location.
Is this a kidnapping?
No, so I guess they got priced out of the fucking
the
Chinese
Central,
food restaurant.
The Central Square, the Hong Kong, they got priced out of, which is so shitty.
Which also, that dude had been around for 20 years. How did you not like lock in something or like buy property? Like you weren't paying us. There should have been money.
Sucked. They did start paying us
right when I was leaving.
Right when I was my residency at the studio.
Never given one.
Well, this is what I will say is that I do feel that Rick like believed in me in a way that I don't entirely understand, but I do appreciate. He did one time say that I was like a young Janine Garofalo, which
I think he just named any woman he thought was a lesbian.
Yes,
and he wasn't.
He's half right. No, but no, right when I did my residency, which was before I left, they had literally just started paying.
Yeah, because I had never been paid once right when we left right around the same time, right?
No, every time every time other than that, it wasn't paid, but what a great. I mean,
great room.
I do consider the studio like my home club, even though it doesn't exist anymore.
I do too, and that was the crazy thing is I think that when I started going to the comedy studio, I had kind of already gotten in at Nick's Comedy Stop, and then obviously like.
See, I never like tried to get in at Nick's, and I do kind of regret that.
You didn't miss out on anything. I was in, and then I was like, hey, here are the things that you guys need to change in order to make this better. And then they got like mad at me. Because I was literally running the door for them every
Sure.
Like I was like, all right, on the weekend, like I basically like strong armed them. I was like, hey, you're going to give me stage time. I'm going to fucking, like, I'll run the door. I'm going to fucking do a guest spot every fucking Friday, Saturday, and that's how I'm going to get it good. It was good, but then when I was like, hey, here are the things you need to change in order to make your business better, in order to make this fucking scene better, and they were like, shut the fuck up. And I was like, you're not out here. I am. I know what the fuck. Like, I was like, you guys are booked. You want to bring in Steve Sweeney every 3 months so we can do the same fucking set that he did 30 years ago? Is that what we want to do? Do you want him to go in and talk about Mary from Dunkin' Donuts for the fucking 80th time?
Yeah.
Is that what we're going to do? So we can sit in his fucking car until it's ready to bring him on fucking stage? Oh, Lenny Clark. All right. Oh, a dude who was only around because he sold dudes coke in the 80s. Not a good dude.
And this is what we all wish that we sold guys coke in the 80s.
Listen, if that was the only thing keeping me from being put on, I would have sold people
Who
coke.
was the only one? Who was the other one? Jimmy Tingle. Jimmy Tingle.
Jimmy Tingle, fucking
Jimmy Tingle.
old as. I will say, Don Gavin, fucking killer. That dude still a fucking
I
like.
don't think I've seen.
He old as shit. Gambled all his money away.
I mean, there are some like. What I will say, like. There are people who get like. I mean, just like generally, if they're like road dogs or whatever, they get about. But
those guys weren't even road dogs. They wouldn't leave Boston. They were like, I'm in Massachusetts, and that was the thing.
You know who's a fucking killer? Kelly McFarland.
I do like Kelly.
Kelly McFarland.
And let me tell you, anytime I opened for her, I used to get the kid used to get laid when I opened for Kelly McFarland.
So fucking funny that like there are people I know in Massachusetts who are like not even really that into comedy who are like, I saw Kelly and I'm obsessed with her.
Oh. She's a funny lady.
She's so funny.
And her fans are all horny women.
Love Kelly truly is like, she's a killer. She's a killer.
Chrissy, what was her name? Older woman. Blonde, short hair, glasses. Chrissy. She ran with all those like older dudes, but she was actually funny. Oh, what was her fucking name? Let me see.
I thought we were talking about Kathy Ferris, but
no.
I love Kathy Ferris. Kathy and I are also both Medfield gals.
Christine Hurley.
Oh yeah.
Older broad, gnarly, very fucking funny.
And also, like on a national scale, who is basically in that camp, who's like a fucking crusher who no one gives their due, is Kathleen Madigan.
I never understood why. I thought people did.
She like literally should be on like
funnier than her fucking husband.
She literally should be on like the Mount Rushmore of comedy, and she is not, and I don't know why. She's so fucking.
Oh, who I saw recently who forgot how funny she is, Laura Nightingale.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. And I saw a picture of her back in the day. What a fucking smoke show.
100%.
Oh my goodness. What a looker she is.
So, okay.
Still is. She's still a good looking lady.
You know what's crazy is that until I watched there was this like history of late night show on CNN.
Oh, yeah.
Until I watched that, I didn't know who Elaine Boozler was.
Follows me on Twitter for some reason.
She is so fucking funny. I had no idea who she, it's crazy. It's crazy that they never used to let women on late night. It was like literally Joan and then Elaine Boozler only when there was
they ran out of there.
No, only when there was a female guest host.
Oh.
They brought Elaine Boozler out. So funny.
Twitter is annoying sometimes. Yeah, it's sometimes annoying.
It sure is.
Sure is, I'll tell you what. We are, oh shit, we're coming up on the 2-hour mark. Fuck us. Alright, well goddamn, we're coming up on it. Let's see if did we come any closer to our subscriber goal? I think we were at, we are one away from hitting our goddamn subscriber goal. Folks, we are at 39. We're trying to get to 40. Once we get to 40, we are giving away a copy of Session, the skateboarding video game for PS4. Guess what? You can wear this in the video game. How neat is that?
That's pretty neat.
So our friend Donovan Strain, who's a professional skateboarder, he's like one of the developers of the game, and he's a pro skateboarder, and he had beef with his like sponsor that he was gonna have like all their logos in the game, and like one day he just called me, he's like, hey, do you want to put the logos in the fucking video game? I'm like, yeah, that'd be fucking tight as hell, and like instantly sent that out, and now like there's a fucking, look at this shit. Let me show, because what
I will say is like Faded has the best shirts, the best merch.
There's very bad comedy merch out there.
Really bad comedy merch, but literally, my ex is also a comedian. We talked about it at length about how Faded has like the best merch and how like we love wearing the shirts.
It's a good shirt,
It's a good
and I'm
shirt.
like, listen, I'm
And
not
it's
getting.
embroidered.
It's
not,
embroidered. I'm like,
it's
I'm not getting
screen
screen-printed bullshit.
Yes.
I'm not getting bullshit. I'm getting the good stuff. Give me the good stuff. Embroidered.
Come on.
Baby. Let me find the video of our goddamn.
This drink is delicious.
It's delicious, isn't it? So look at this shit. We're just like in a fucking video game. The skateboard, like you can get a faded skateboard at the shop. You can wear the sweatshirt. It's the best. It's dope as hell.
Dope as hell.
I fucking love it. It's goddamn exciting stuff. For those of you in the Los Angeles market, hey, come to Faded this Friday. We've got a fantastic one. We got Alec Flynn on the program in town from Denver. We got Sophie Buttle back in town from Canada. Mace Galani back in town from Canada. We got Suba. We got Lisa Curry. We got David Perdue in town from Atlanta. It's going to be a grand old time. Do come in to check that out.
Fun.
If you are in Denver, we've got a show for you out there. Friday, if you're in Denver, go check out Faded Denver. Jordan Temple on the show. Writer for Abbott Elementary. Fantastic show.
So funny.
I was just...
Fuck, that guy is so funny.
I was watching, I think it was his New Negroes thing, where he just goes on stage and he goes, "It's me," and you can say Negroes in that in the title of it's title of the show. I can't say the thing that he said, but he just goes on stage and says, "It's me," N-words, and like everybody fucking popped for that, and I'm just like the way that he says it, because it's like these people didn't know who he was, but the way that he said it was so fucking funny.
Jordan is so funny. Abbott Elementary is incredible.
So fucking funny.
So funny.
I wish, like, that show should be on from September.
I saw you tweet that.
Till fucking school ends.
You're like, every episode should be 4 hours.
Yeah. Like, that's
It's
what I
so
want.
good.
It's just what I want.
It's so good. I introduced my mom to it. My mom, like, my parents love a family sitcom, and they also love that, because we watched Everybody Hates Chris growing up. And the guy from Everybody Hates Chris is in Abbott Elementary, so they were like, obviously, I'm going to watch that. They love it. And Janelle's so fucking funny. Janelle's so funny. Janelle James.
You want to know something hilarious? I thought she was, like, very close to our age. And she's like, I have an adult son. It's like, what?
No, she's the best. She's so fucking funny. She's incredible. Love Abbott Elementary.
Not David Perdue, former Republican senator. David Perdue, comedian from Atlanta. He's an African American fellow, so I don't think he's a Republican. Or at least what the only problem with Faded merch is the lack of plaid. Look, do you think I didn't have a talk with Sean about that? Do you think I didn't cuss him out about that goddamn Faded Portland merch? It was screen printed. It was granial. It looked very bad. I told him, hey, bring this. I have an EMB fucking file that I gave him that is literally for an embroidery machine that he could just bring it to an embroiderer and say, hey, don't charge me the $50 for a design fee. Here's the embroidery. We should pay extra for the fucking embroidery and not the screen printing. The screen printing is bullshit. Doesn't last. And also, like, these are good shits. They hold up. I want to fucking...
When do people become real adults? Genuinely asking. I'm 23.
Yeah.
You're
You got
20.
a while.
You got a while, babe.
If you're 20,
You're 23,
honestly, Liz,
mean-
you met me at 27, and I still had a couple of years to go.
You're still cooking.
I'm fucking doing all right.
What Blink-182 said is too. Nobody likes you when you're 23.
Here's what we will do. If we are one goddamn subscriber away from 40, and if we get it, I'll make another drink for myself at least.
30, it's never real. Yeah, that's true. I will say
I'm 36 and I'm not grown up.
No.
I'm 31. I feel great though. I feel way better than I did when I was 23.
Oh my god, every year.
Oh, I think,
You could pay me to be 23 again, babe.
I mean, knowing what I know?
No, you just couldn't.
Oh, shit, what do we got? Oh, we had a subscriber go! We did it!
So we love you. Thank you.
Yeah. Look at us. So we'll make one more drink. Do you want to do a shot or do you want to do another drink?
A drink.
Drink? What do you want to run one of these back or do you want me to make someone else?
Whatever you feel.
Drink.
What's up?
Can you search up a
Oh
drink?
yeah, absolutely.
A weed drink?
Yeah,
One left.
we have one of these left. I'll make you.
Does anyone have a question for me? Is what I want to know from.
And shouts to everybody in the
No.
chat. Thank you guys for participating. Thank you guys for being a part of the chat. Sometimes the chat is very inactive and it makes the show a little more difficult. But at the end of the day, if it was just me and Julia sitting here fucking shooting the shit, it'd still be a fucking good show. We'd still make it happen. You know, we'd still fucking.
Because again, we've known each other for the better part of a decade, and that's scary.
I think I thought you hated me for the majority of the like
So
2
crazy.
years. I think it was just that you were like stoic.
I am very stoked. Okay, favorite comedians besides me and Mike. I would not call myself one of my favorite comedians, but that's very funny.
I'm definitely one of my favorite comedians.
I believe that about you. Favorite comedians. Tom Takar.
He's moving here soon. I can't wait.
Tom Takar.
He's been in that very chair. He's been on this program. Him and his lovely fiance.
Martin Urbano.
I haven't had a chance to actually see his stand up, but I've heard
fucking
good
funny.
things.
Lisa Traeger.
Oh yeah, we met her on Faded.
Lisa, Martin, Tom, those are my top three. I think they are the best three working comedians in New York right now. When they're like, I know Lisa's here sometimes, but
I shit on him so much, but I gotta say, Shane Torres is absolutely
my God, I love Shane.
in that fucking like.
I recently,
He's
I love
so fucking-
Shane.
Oh, I'll put an order in tomorrow. What were you saying?
I love Shane. I just bought a lamp from someone who was like, I was talking to her and she said, I was like, we have a lot of, I bought a lamp from her on Facebook Marketplace and I was like, we have a lot of mutual friends. Are you a comedian? She said, no, I'm used to be a producer. And she said, do you know Shane Torres? I was like, yeah, he's my friend. And she was like, he got COVID in my house.
Oh, Charlene! Oh, we know Charlene. Shouts to Charlene! Friend of the program. We love Charlene. She used to produce Bridgetown.
Right. And I did the last Bridgetown.
Never invited me. They never
I
invited
did
me,
not.
those cocksuckers.
I did the last Bridgetown. Loved it. Loved Portland.
Loved it, I bet.
Loved Portland.
I do love Portland. I'll be there January 26th.
But yeah, favorite comedians are Tom Takar, Martin Urbano, Lisa Traeger. Those are truly, and like those are my favorite who aren't like in the stratosphere yet, but should
You want to do a
be.
mule?
Yeah. I think Lisa has something really crazy where people think she doesn't write.
Supposed to do a show with me last week.
She does write, and she is like crazy.
Well, I think she's somebody that like says a bunch of shit and then has the mind to write it down.
People also like. I think her delivery is so natural
Yeah.
that people think that she doesn't write, but she absolutely does. But yeah, Tom Takar, Martin Urbano. I'm also really good friends with Tom Takar's fiance, but I would.
Oh yeah, she was here. She was here for his episode.
She's the best.
What's her name?
Antonia.
Antonia. That's
His
his wife's name's Francesca. Is there a New York comic who has a wife named Francesca? That's who I'm confusing her with. Antonia, but it is. What is she? Doesn't she work for like a?
She works for
news
radio.
agency? Yeah, like a big news.
Radio. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, she works for KPCC.
That's what it was. Yeah. So they're
LA Public Radio.
They're moving here shortly.
So I think, I mean, literally how Antonia and I became friends is like, I think that I just said a bunch of nice things about Tom, and she was like, you seem good. Least favorite comedian.
Tom, especially during the pandemic, Tom and like Tommy McNamara.
Oh, love Tommy McNamara.
And like a lot of those New York dudes, I was like became super close with during the pandemic because we'd all started an NBA 2K team.
Yeah.
So we were like you know, there were days where we would be on there for like 6-7 hours. We were like, we can't leave the fucking house, so like let's hop on there and play video games and play basketball. No. So Liz always thinks that I yelled at them, but she didn't understand there were so many times where where we'd try to go on with 5 of us and we didn't have enough numbers, so there would be times where like we'd end up with a random person from the internet that would just like be on our team. And they would like, there'd be some people that would like play it to the detriment of their team. Like if you didn't pass them the ball immediately, they'd be like, I'm gonna sit in the key and get 3 seconds called every time. So we get like, we're gonna lose unless you give me the ball the entire time. And we'd be like, you're a dickhead. And there'd be times where like Liz would walk in and I'd be like in the middle of calling somebody a fucking sawed off cunt, and she'd be like, are you talking to your friends that way? And I'd be like, no, it's this guy that we don't know and we don't like and we aren't friends with. And she'd be like, you're rude to your friends and you're yelling at them. And I'm like, they can hear you. And I'm like, the person that I'm yelling at isn't on our microphones because they won't even like add us to their comm system. So like I'm yelling at somebody that isn't there, and like I'm like, you need to relax. She'd come in and be like yelling at me, and I'd be like, you're the one who needs to relax. I'm yelling at somebody that's not there.
Mike, who's your least favorite comedian?
Lenny Clark from Boston.
No!
Dog, do you not know there's beef?
I mean, but like ever? Least favorite comedian ever?
I mean, as a it's Will. I'll say it. It's Will Lennon. Don't fucking like the kid. Talked a lot of shit until I was like, hey bud, heard you talking a lot of shit. You want to do that in my proximity? And he didn't want to do it in my proximity. Can't believe it.
Okay. My least favorite comedian. Least favorite comedian.
I will tell you the Lenny Clark story though. That one is pretty funny. We do legitimately hate each other.
That's really funny.
Oh, Tatum, do you want an ice cube too, bud? Boys.
I mean, I can think of the least favorite comedian
Yeah.
who's kind
Oh,
of
you've already got it.
not.
I mean, most of them,
successful.
the worst ones, I'd say,
Yeah,
in my opinion, are the rapists.
sure.
I'd say Chris D'Elia, my least.
My least favorite.
The
I would
ones who
say Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby, the least
My
favorite.
least favorite. But okay, and also, if you had to pick a period of history to live in, when would you pick? Pretty much any period.
Now,
Like, I would say the 60s, but I would have less. Yes, hope you analyze. I would say the 60s, but I would have less rights.
yeah, that's always it's you can't win because every time you pick anytime you pick something that's
I would love
short of
to.
today, you're giving up something.
I would. Yeah, I mean, I like vaguely remember the time before cell phones, and
It was fine.
60s
You
fashion
couldn't.
with more rights. Yeah, for sure. I mean,
But like, here's the thing: is if you wanted to know what Cousin Larry from Perfect Strangers' name was, you'd like have to wait for an episode of Perfect Strangers to come on, and you couldn't.
it's the most historical period.
Oh yeah. Anyway, the further back I go, the better it gets for me. And that's the thing. That's why I'd still take today, because I'm just like, I don't want to fucking live in that. I don't want to fucking.
I would, yeah. It would be hard, but I would probably say this.
That's the thing that I'd hate about the past is I'd get so sad for all the women out there that weren't getting rights.
Like,
I'd just be like, oh, what's up, girl? You're not getting rights?
My mom was so fucking cool, and she was like, well, my boss sexually harassed me, and I was like, well, that's stuff, and she just had to take it. There was no recourse for her.
Yeah. There was a time in the 90s where they started
Women
doing
couldn't have
commercials.
credit
Like, you might be able to start. Yeah, in the 70s.
Women have credit cards.
Until the 70s. That's insane.
But yeah, no, my mom was so fucking.
But here's the thing: is a part of the problem with that is part of the reason that they wouldn't do that up until then was because women be shopping.
Women shopping. It's what,
I don't know if you know
what they're not
that.
telling you is that women
It
be
is.
shopping.
That's the thing the mainstream media is not talking
They
about.
won't talk about
is
is that
that's
women be shopping.
That big credit card bill.
That big credit card bill.
Is women be shopping.
Women be shopping.
They truly do.
And they, what are you gonna do? They be shopping. Here's the thing. That's true.
Nobody can deny it.
Nobody can deny it.
Nobody can deny it.
But also, do you ever think, like, sometimes because I think about how my dad, like, lives in the past and how he, like, lives in the 70s, but, like, literally his life will never be better than that.
Yeah.
He was, like, a Division I athlete, and in the summer he, like, lifeguarded.
Oh, dude, I need to give you your drink.
Oh,
That's part of the problem. Right there. Cheers.
cheers.
Little meal skip. To us. To the Boston comedy scene.
To the Boston comedy scene. But
Which celebrates us so. Which is at every turn.
love it. I love Boston. I'm about to ask how you're doing radicalizing your dad. I don't know if you, okay, so I had a pod. Radicalizing my dad is a slow process, but it is, I mean, I got him to put an Ed Markey sign on the lawn.
That's good. You want to know what?
I had him on my podcast. He was my most requested guest. He really was, because I talk about him all the time because he's insane. But people loved the conversation that I had with my dad. He, like, says he's, I don't know. He says he's conservative, but he's not. He's an independent. He's a registered independent, and he is, like, pro-choice, pro-gay, all this stuff.
Like a libertarian if they actually stuck to it.
Kind of.
Because a libertarian is a libertarian
but
until
he-
the feds come knocking on their
but
door, and then they're like,
he also thinks that rich people should pay taxes. So that he's
but
not.
isn't that what libertarians should think?
Yes, yeah, he is a small C conservative.
In conservation, the idea is not all bad. The conservative practice
My dad-
is horrendous.
No, it's horrible. And also my dad hates like MAGA Republicans. He hates Trump. He's like pretty, I would say he's like a standard Massachusetts Republican.
That's the thing. I don't understand how any Massachusetts Republicans went along with Trump because they don't like showboat.
Right.
They don't like
They don't
flashy
think-
people.
They don't like stuff that's like ostentatious, and they don't like. I mean, Trump's whole thing is like, I have a gold
I have a
toilet
toilet and a new. I release a new wife every.
and a
6
new
years.
wife with huge tits, and like, no, that's not. No, my dad is honest. Like, he's a complicated character, but
Dads are complicated.
I talk to him truly every day about politics and stuff like that. He does.
Me and my dad just talk about sports. And anytime he gets out of line with politics, I go, I will literally take a flight right now and beat you up if you keep on this.
I talk to my dad every day, and he like literally I know he is worn down by me. He lied about how big his fucking jackhammer is.
There was it was right around 2000. Like, my dad did not vote for Trump, and like I had to be like, you're like, up until the day I was like, you're not doing that, right? And he's like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, don't worry. But it was maybe like 6 months beforehand. He had posted, like, I don't go on Facebook very often, but he had posted something about like Caitlyn Jenner on Facebook. And I go, listen, old man.
Caitlyn Jenner's a Republican.
And I go, like, if you want to make fun of that lady for hitting pedestrians, very funny. Absolutely, have at it. But I was like, hey, and it's me and him very rarely talk about politics. I go, listen, I have friends out here that are affected by that. And when you do shit like that, it affects them. So anytime you do that, even if it's for a fucking, like, chuckle, if you do it again, I'll literally get on a flight and I will fucking fight you. So, I'm not gonna let you do that.
The thing about my dad is that, like, okay, so my dad, you know, I told you that he and one of his brothers are like really close in age.
And then you said there's one that he like doesn't talk to.
No, that's the one that he's really close in age with. He doesn't talk to.
But
his youngest brother he does talk to.
Yeah.
But the one that he's really close in age with has a trans son who he like kind of disowned. And my dad was like, "No, you're like, you know, at my grandmother's funeral." My cousin was like sitting at the back of the church and he was like, "You're coming up with us. Like you're part of this family." He invites him to Thanksgiving and stuff like that. Like my dad he's a very complicated figure, but he is like on the right side of
most things.
A lot of things.
Which is good enough. So similar situation with my family. There's one of it's my oldest cousin's daughter. Who our oldest cousin's child, who is I don't know if they're non-binary or what they're
gender conforming.
Whatever it is, I just know that whatever they're going through right now is probably hell because I was treated like shit for just not wanting to work, be an accountant or whatever the fuck I didn't want to do. And it's one of those scenarios where I'm just like, I don't talk to these people, but I know they're fucking giving this kid's life hell. And I'm just like, part of me is just like, I just want to, a part of me just wants to be like, oh, the next thing you guys are at, I'm going to fucking show up to and fucking straighten all you motherfuckers out. Just so, because like, if I fucking do that and I fucking run away, at least that kid knows like, hey, if you need to call in the fucking bomb squad, fucking cousin Mike is still fucking a viable 100%. Option. And it sucks is like his two daughters are basically like artsy kids and they're like not accepted by the family. And I'm not around to be like, hey, like you don't have to go to Boston College. You don't have to be a fucking CPA. You don't have to go work for the fucking family company. You can do anything else and be like, it'll be cool. Like you don't, and like also you don't need these people. Like right. You decide like, you know, I'm so used to people loving their family. Everybody I knew growing up was like, I love fucking the same way that you're like, I'm obsessed with my family. I can't imagine not. My family wasn't a source of like positive affirmation. It was like you're gonna do this, or we're gonna be like, you should do that, or we're gonna like. So I was just like, I don't want to do this.
Well, what I will say, and I was pretty late in life to like realizing I'm queer, and I dated a woman for the first time seriously when I was 28.
I think you were just wearing overalls back when
I was just wearing overalls. We were just like, that's Julia.
I don't know, she dresses like Chucky from child. I don't know.
But like my mom, I love my mom so much. She had a really with it, and she like loves my gay friends. She loves like I love my mom. My mom is the best lady in the world. She had a hard time with it, for sure. My dad was like, okay.
Yeah. And that's it, especially like, if you want to know what's something that drives me nuts on social media is these dads that are like, my daughter's not allowed to date until she's 18. What did you do?
I know.
What did you do as a child that has warped your mind to the sense that you're like, every fucking dude who comes near my daughter is a fucking rapist?
That's what I love.
What were you like?
People were like, because I had an older brother, and people were like, oh, I bet he was super protective of you. I was like, no, he didn't give a shit because he's normal.
Yeah. My two younger sisters that were within age range from me, like that went to high school with me, I was like, I didn't like them.
Weird.
I didn't like them, so I was like, you're on your own. Fucking like, I'll make sure nobody fucks with you.
My brother was like embarrassed of me.
Like
a normal person.
Yeah, it's my youngest sister, and my youngest sister, there's a 14-year age difference. She's the only one that I fucking like. She's the only one that I get along with. Just because she's like the same as me as far as like sees through the bullshit and is like super leftist, works at, although she's she's 24 34 now, and she's like a psychologist at Bridgewater State Prison. And
My brother went to Bridgewater State College.
I went to Bridgewater State College.
What year did you graduate?
I didn't.
Didn't-
Wait, should have 2008.
Okay.
Wait, what year was your brother?
It took him forever to graduate. He graduated maybe like 2016, but I was
Oh, so you younger than you. Wait.
no. He's
What year did he
older.
graduate high
He's
school?
older than me. He graduated in 2008.
Oh, so I was 2004. I graduated.
Oh my god.
Oh. Oh yeah, you guys are. So he's 32, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
And I'm 31.
Yeah. Oh, anytime like there was some shit where I like saw. Oh, ESPN was sharing this dude like his daughter was signing her like I'm not gonna date until I'm 2030 contract.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what? You know what is crazy? It's especially straight people who are like, gay people are they're obsessed with our kids' genitals, and it's just like you're on here talking about how people aren't allowed to date your daughter, who's a child.
There was I literally reported on this today, that there was an Arizona Republican candidate who said that we need to protect our children from the progressive left.
Like McMasters, right? Is that his name?
No.
That fucking cunt.
An Arizona guy who was literally caught masturbating outside of a preschool.
You shouldn't masturbate outside of a
You shouldn't
preschool.
masturbate outside of a preschool.
I'm just gonna come out and say it. You shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Playground dude. Oh yeah.
For the person who said that they're trans
Oh, Hudson has it.
and
They're in Texas.
Their dad. I mean, I am still, look, here's the thing. I'm still like dating women, and I feel weird. Like, my mom has had a hard time with it. My dad has been like okay about it. My mom has had a really hard time with it, and I still like, I have a hard time with that.
Of course.
Because yeah, like I'm kind of like always like my mom and I talk about a lot of things, and it's hard when I can't talk about her. I can't talk with her about this part of my life. So I feel you on that.
Do you? Because some moms are just like weird about their like, oh, I want this idea. There's this idea of a family that I've had built in my head for you since you were a fucking child. Because that was the thing with me and my mom, where we'd come to blows, where I was like, not come to blows, but we'd be arguing, and she's just like, I want this for you, and I'm just like, I don't.
Well, also,
and why doesn't that matter?
So, and also all the like the gay women that my mom knows, like my mom worked, they're like her coworkers, and she's so. My mom is like a very supportive person, and like all my gay friends love her and stuff like that. But I think when she thinks of gay women, she thinks of like very butch women, and she can't square that with me.
Do you know how tall you are? Has she ever measured you?
Yeah, I'm so tall.
Did she ever stand next to you?
Come on.
And
yeah.
just go.
And she's so tall.
Is she tall? Is she a tall lady?
My mom is 5'8". My dad is.
There's sometimes where you'll have Massachusetts moms and Massachusetts dads that are like sub 6 feet, and then the daughter will be fucking like 6'1".
Look, I'm 5'11". My dad is 6'4". My mom is 5'8". I was always gonna be huge. But yeah, my mom, like, though her coworkers who are gay women are like very butch, and she just like doesn't. The only lesbians she knows are like older women.
Yeah, she's used to a more binary sense of sexuality.
And so she's like, "You're not."
Yeah.
She just looks at me and she's like, "You're straight," which most people do.
Which, you know, I definitely didn't make any assumptions about you at first. I was like, she's got it.
Like, look.
I was like, she's dressing like Jay Leno. I can't tell. I honestly can't tell. I was like, she's very stoic. She could play power forward for my co-ed
Yes.
my co-ed rec team.
Yes.
She's dressing like she's got a fucking 1930s Studebaker parked outside, and she's not cashing the checks for her late night show. I know. He hates Jay Leno so much.
It's Jay Leno. Well, potato.
But yeah, Hudsonizer probably has something as far as they
Yeah.
It was no doubt. My mom had an idea of what I should be doing, and even though it was the same fucking hetero fucking umbrella, she was just like, no, you have to get a job at a factory and get a mortgage immediately and have a kid before you're 25.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I don't think I should have a kid until my brain is good, and I don't think my brain is just great yet.
I don't think my brain is good, and that's the problem.
Best brain. I think you could have a much better brain. So, a reminder to them that haven't fucking subscribed. If you have Amazon Prime, listen. Here's my pitch.
Come on.
If you have Amazon Prime and you're not subscribing to Faded, you're literally giving money to Jeff Bezos. To Jeff Bezos. What's he doing? He's gonna buy a rocket ship with it?
He's already done that.
Here's what I promise to do: is I'm going to buy anti-rocket ship artillery. For every subscriber that we get, I'm going to buy a fucking rocket-propelled grenade that will shoot a spaceship out of the sky.
Yep.
How do you use your Amazon Prime sub? Great question. I fucking truly do not know. I guarantee a second of Googling would pop those results. Julia, do you need to use the bathroom? You're standing up like you need to do that. Do you know where it is?
Yep.
Okay, fantastic. For Tatum, listen. Stop being like this. Shout out to everybody who's joined in. It was a slow chat at first, and then it got very active towards the end. Absolutely fucking love it. Absolutely love that we hit our goal for the month. We do have. Oh, folks, let me talk to you about next week. Are you sports fans? Are you big sports fans? Because listen, next week we got Mike Golick Jr. coming through on the old Faded program. We're gonna be making some mezcal drinks. Me and Mike Golick Jr. I'm gonna tell him all about so growing up. So in college, obviously Mike and Mike was on the radio quite frequently, and my roommate in college, Kyle, I used to always take the Mike and Mike commercials and make them very, very sexual. And he hated it. He hated when I did that. And I'll probably tell Mike Golick Jr. all about that. We might even call the original KY the Jelly Man. Get him on the phone. Get him to tell a little Mike story. Mike Golick Jr., yeah, Notre Dame's own. Former Notre Dame center. Connecticut? He's probably from Connecticut. He's probably from like Dansbury. That's probably what part of Connecticut. I'll probably talk some shit about Connecticut. I'll tell you what I definitely will talk some shit about is Notre Dame. The only program that I hate more than Boston College. Oh boy. But yeah, that's going to be a fantastic one. We might even call Katie Nolan and tell her she's a coward for letting Golick on the program before she ever came on. Who knows? Hater.
Please.
Hater. Oh. That sink has a little pick you up. It's fucked. For some reason it won't play. Famed ESPN personality will be on the program next week. It's going to be a good time. We're making mezcal drinks. Very exciting stuff. Goddamn. All right. Well, we are. We are way over 2 hours. I can't believe
we're way over 2 hours.
Way over 2 hours. Well, goddamn. All right, folks. Well, we're going to wrap it up for tonight. Thank you so much for being here. Julia, before we wrap things up, anything you want to plug or promote? Anything you want to point?
The only thing I need to plug is the newsletter, the One A Day newsletter, crooked.com/newsletters. Don't know Katie Nolan, so sorry.
She's from Boston, and she's ESPN. She's from Boston. Do you remember? Did you ever go to the White Horse in Allston?
Oh, no.
No, she used to bartend there, and then she worked for ESPN.
All right.
She worked for ESPN, and
all right.
I saw her at Ian Carmel's wedding a couple weeks ago.
Oh God, yes.
Hadn't officially met her up until then. She was a part of the. Have you ever done the drunk spelling? You're doing the drunk spelling bee next time.
Yeah.
That we have it. She was on the first drunk spelling bee when we used to do it on Zoom. And Iffy and Waterway, do you know him, comedian? He cheated. He 100% cheated. He absolutely was using, like, looking up words online. 100% cheated. We had a trial.
I was on Family Feud with Iffy the other day, and he threw the whole game for us.
Yeah, he does that. He does wild shit that makes no sense.
You know that on Family Feud, the question was, like, what?
You had, like, actual Family Feud?
Yes, it was Jamie Loftus's team, and Iffy was on the team, and the question was...
Iffy, you motherfucker! You had a goddamn Family Feud, and Jamie! I taught you how to drive, Jamie Loftus, and you're not gonna let me be on your Family Feud?
The question was, like, what are action movie villain weapons? And Iffy literally said, quote, a bunch of sharks.
When has any villain, I mean, like,
A bunch of sharks!
like, Austin Powers is the one time where, but, like, that's a 3-point. Oh, damn, Mavericks and Suns are close. I guess we got they're tied in the fourth quarter. Goddamn. Are you a Celtics fan? Have we talked about that? You like this? How are you liking it?
I like the Celtics.
You think we're looking good this year?
I'm more of a Sox fan. I follow the Sox more than the Celtics.
So
But I love the Celtics.
I defected to the Padres.
No.
Yeah. After the Mookie trade.
So I
took
miss
it.
Mookie so much.
When they traded Mookie, I said, I have to take a year. I have to take a year. I have to think about this. And after the year was over, the Dodgers had won the World Series, and I said, I'm furious about this. And during the year, I was like, I can either go to the Dodgers, or I can go, which I was didn't really want to do, or I can go to the Padres. And the Dodgers had won the World Series, which I was like, I don't want to join a fandom.
You don't want to be a bandwagon.
Yeah. And also they had signed Trevor Bauer, who is a piece of shit, who I almost beat the fuck out of down the Cape once. Tell you
Down
that
the
story?
Cape?
Yeah, piece of shit. Trevor Bauer, come fucking get this ass whooping.
Get these hands.
Dog, goddamn sun dancers in Hyannis. I almost had to beat.
Do you know that my dad played for the not New Orleans, the Orleans
Cardinals?
Yeah,
I used to work for the Cape Cod League, like from the time I was 8 till the time I was like 22.
My dad played Division I baseball and was the youngest player in the Cape Cod League.
Oh shit! Where did he play?
He was at Northeastern, and then he played for the Cardinals. And he was in talks to get he was in talks to sign as a free agent with the St. Louis Cardinals, because obviously they own the team. And then he broke.
Some people that's actually the case. The Cape Cod League is a like wooden bat league for college players, where it's like a showcase.
But
it's basically like
they're owned by professional teams.
No.
Yeah, they are.
No, they actually MLB sued them to make them get rid of the.
Well, when my dad played, they
used to use.
Yeah.
No, they were during that time they were still a college like showcase, and it was they're not a minor. They're not minor league affiliated.
They're not minor league,
but they're wooden bat. So they're like that. The whole point is that like, hey, if you want to play in the major leagues, you have to do this. Basically, if you're an American baseball player who played in college and didn't come out right out of high school, there's a 75% chance you played in the Cape Cod League.
So my dad, he was gonna be signed as like a free agent with the St. Louis Cardinals, and then he partied too hard.
That'll happen.
Down the Cape, and he broke his back jumping out of a window running from the police.
Here's the thing about a back injury is if you get them out of your way early. If you get them out of your way young, it'll be so much better in your later years. Your back will feel just fantastic.
But anyways, they like when my dad was playing for Northeastern, he I think they went to the College World Series like twice, back to back. And so they're having basically like the Northeastern players play the Red Sox in the very beginning.
At Fenway. Yeah. They do they do that during the spring training. They do like a split session.
Yes.
Half the team plays and half
So they're they're like giving all the players from my dad's era like plaques or something.
Oh hell yeah.
So they're going down to Fort Myers, I think.
Yeah. Where the spring training happened.
Mhm.
So I used to work for from the time I was 8 till the time I was 20 something. I worked for the Cape Cod League. Do you ever see the movie Summer Catch?
Mhm.
That's about the Cape Cod League.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was
With Chad Mays.
Yeah, I was in the background. I was bullpen catching. I was a stout 16 years old, and during it, so there was a lot of times I'd be in the bullpen catching, and Matthew Lillard would be in the other barrel, and like I'd be taking a catch from a college pitcher who's throwing 90, and he'd be taking a pitch from an actor who's throwing fucking 70, and but like he. Super nice dude. Especially like I was a 16-year-old kid.
Sure.
Probably even no, I was even younger than that. That was 90. No, I was like 12 or 13. But I was a ball buster and I'm fucking with this dude. And there'd be times where he'd be like taking pitches and I'd keep asking him about Freddie Prinze Jr.'s dick.
Yeah.
I'd be like, you see it? You see it? You see it? You gonna tell me about it? What did it look like? And he's a 30-year-old man at this point. And I'm like a 20-year-old guy. I'm a fucking 60. Shit, I'm really probably 13. 99? Yeah, shit, I was like 13. I'm a 13-year-old kid doing something infinitely more difficult than what he's doing next to me, which is like I'm catching like a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. He's catching like a 70-mile-an-hour fastball and trying to like make it look like I'm doing. And I'm also like, while I'm doing this, I'm also razzing him.
Yeah.
Hollywood, yeah, you're Hollywood dickhead. But it's like, oh, here's another fun story. So, when I was 8, I was, this was my first job at the Cape Cod League. I was a bat boy for the Bourne Braves. It was do you know the Mass Maritime Academy?
Mm-hmm.
That's where the Bourne Braves used to play. Mm-hmm. For some reason, most times the home team is on the first base dugout and the away team's on the third base dugout. For some reason, Bourne, they always had us in the third base dugout. I'm in the third base dugout. I'm a bat boy. At bat is a young switch hitter who is batting from the left side for the Hyannis Mets. It is 1993 or 1992. Kid by the name of Jason Varitek.
Yeah.
He hits a fucking foul ball. He's on the left side. He hits a foul ball into the third base dugout. I am not paying attention. All 8 years old of me takes a fucking foul ball to the knee. Now, all summer, these boys had taught me every fucking swear they could possibly think. I get hit in the knee. I get hit in the knee like a motherfucker. And of course, the first thing that comes from my 8-year-old body is the word cunt. Sure. I yelled cunt at the top of my fucking lungs. Everybody heard it. Everybody's pissed. Everybody's mad at me. I'm like 8. I'm like, I feel like I'm hurt and you're mad at me? My parents get wind of me saying cunt. And they're like, you can't go to your karate tournament. I'm very upset. I don't get to go to my karate tournament. Very upset.
He's very upset.
I don't get to go to the karate tournament. Guess what happened at the karate tournament? Oh, wait, no. Hold on a sec. Back. Karate teacher molested everybody. The karate teacher molested everybody. So, me yelling cunt.
That's the least of everybody's problem.
Really fucking saves
Do you
me.
watch college baseball? Yes, I do watch college baseball. You know what's I think even more fascinating is college softball.
Because college softball is like
Because
nuts.
no one respects them, but they are animals. They are so
I
fucking good.
wish women would just play baseball. Baseball's a better game.
Okay, you know what's crazy is that in the new League of Their Own series on Amazon or whatever, they're playing.
Molly McKerney.
Sure,
Shouts to
they're
her.
playing with Yes, Miss O'Donnell's. That's me, baby.
It's like a My Buddy doll.
Absolutely. They're playing in the new A League of Their Own with softballs, and that's
it's baseball.
really accurate.
Hey, you know what I realized?
The All-American Girls
I
Baseball.
watched that entire series, and I don't even think I realized that.
It's-
Were they playing with softball?
Absolutely, they're fucking
Ah.
huge. It's just
The whole thing was that they pitched over you.
No.
I mean, I also watch 90% of the shows that I'm watching, like, while I'm playing video games, so that's probably why I didn't notice.
But anyways, it's a whole thing. But yeah, college softball is amazing. I love all the girls who are like in the like southern and southwestern schools who are
Those girls that are from like LSU that are built like brick shit houses.
and they
Like,
also
it's
wear
like
a full face of makeup
Yeah.
to the games and like perfectly coiffed hair.
the ones that have thighs as thick as tree trunks.
Incredible.
We're wrapping it up very, very shortly. I guess we have been close to 3 hours.
I need a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's my
There's
burger.
pizza.
No, I need a peanut butter.
She needs a peanut
She
butter
needs
and
a
jelly.
jelly.
She needs a peanut butter and jelly.
Liz, here's what I need. Is
Yeah,
a bad old hooter. I need a big old blunt.
locked
Oh,
and
yeah.
loaded. Do it.
I love to hear that. Liz,
Liz is an
I
incredible
am that
woman.
fan.
she's a good lady. You know what? I'll say
Liz
it.
is an incredible woman, and I've known that since the beginning.
She was like,
No,
what?
thank you.
Yeah.
Early subscriber.
I was
Like, for sure. Like, ride or die appreciation.
ride or die.
Most
I've been
people,
following you since
most
day one.
people aren't sure how they feel about me, but they're always like, I like Liz.
100% Liz.
Yeah,
Like, he
no.
brings me to humanize him.
Yeah.
That's right.
Listen, I can't help it that I'm a goddamn machine. All right.
Also, Liz is
I'm just fantastic. I'm just an
The
exquisite
pinnacle.
woman you
The
have
pinnacle.
Yeah. Oh, what a good lady Liz is. What a bad guy Mike is. What a rotten son of a bitch Mike is. Oh, I didn't finish the goddamn show.
But isn't it funny that I remembered exactly what Liz does? And
I appreciate that, actually. Because I do something fairly unremarkable, like, comparatively. Like,
No,
I've
no,
got
no.
a bunch of entertainers.
but I was like, I remember that I love Liz.
Everybody does. I didn't finish the story though. So Jason Varitek hits me in the knee. 3-4 years later, he gets traded from the Seattle Mariners to the Boston Red Sox. He's on the Pawtucket Red Sox. Me and my dad go down to Pawtucket and go to a game. And I go early to get a ball signed. And he points to me. All 12 I was probably 12 at the time. Points to me and he goes, "Punt!" And a bunch of adults start fucking yelling at him. And I'm like, no. And like my dad starts going like, no. Like, no, this is an inside joke between my 12-year-old son and this adult man. And then he's like,
Veritech.
and well, I'll tell you something off camera. He absolutely had sex with a girl I was going to college with. Shouts to Jess Hardy. Good to see you. You're probably a different last name now. You probably didn't keep your surname, but I've sex with. She, you're.
Mike, shut it down.
I'm not talking to her. Anyway. Wait, no, there was one more thing I had to fucking. One more.
Do you have to promote something? Then shut it down.
There's one more good funny story I had. All right, I'm gonna shut it down. Everybody, if you haven't already, please smash Julia. Your goddamn big head's in the way.
Mike, your pizza.
Honestly, I have a huge head, and that's fine.
Michael, you are one to.
I got a big head too, but it was just that her head was being big and in the way right then. All right, everybody.
Yes.
If you haven't already,
Yes.
please do smash that fucking follow button. Please
Smash it.
subscribe button. Mike rules. Mike's number one.
Mike rules.
Check
Mike's
out
number one.
Faded every Friday. If you're in Faded, if you're in Denver, go see Jordan Peele. Or not Jordan Peele. Jordan
Peele.
Go see Jordan Peele.
Go see.
You should go see Jordan Peele. Go see Nope. But no, go see Jordan Temple. Go see Keith Lee, or not Keith Lee. Keith Lee's a wrestler. Go see Keith Johnson. Go see Keith Johnson if you're in Portland. We got like, goddamn, fuck you guys. All right, everybody. Before actually, you know what? I'm gonna raid. I'm gonna make sure we send somebody to I'm gonna send y'all to somebody else's room. Let's see who's still active. I'm gonna send you guys to good old Tuggy. He's playing some NHL. Shouts to him. He's always there's a bunch of fucking like NHL players that hop in his chat too. It's nuts. He I don't know why he follows me.
Maybe
What's that?
it's the raids.
We do raid. Yeah, we do that.
You need to be loud. Oh shit! You have to
Ah.
Right.